Yes, hello Brain. How's it going? Finally, welcome back to the Winers Club with Brain on.
Yeah,
Say your patented, super original catchphrase. Go. Yes.
howdy.
Yeah, there it is. Unfortunately, I could only, you know, there's only so much storage for one of the co-hosts each episode. So currently, I had to switch out Badman for Brain. So, and I'm fine with
But you
that.
know what? You know what Meatloaf says though.
What does he say?
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah, you're right. He does say that. I assume. I actually don't listen to Meatloaf.
You should. He's pretty good.
Hmm. Well, I guess I'll get into that. Any recommendations?
I like Paradise for the Dashboard Lights.
Uh, his name is really fucking stupid. It's hard to get past.
Oh yeah, it's so stupid, but that's part of the charm.
Hmm. Well, okay. Well, I guess I'll give him a chance. But until then, when in Canada, here we go. All their beetle little lies. Not beetle, beady.
They're not even a real country anyway.
Da-da-da-da. Yes. So, let's get right into it. You know what we're going into. Rebel news, our favorite fucking topic to cover on this fucking show. Well, one of them. I would say top three. They gotta be. Like, always our favorite for Canadian shit, usually, because they're the ones saying the most asinine bullshit for the most part. I don't know too
Yeah.
many other news sites that are covering, like, and usually there's not that much crazy shit going on, but these guys just say crazy shit, and there's not too many other news sources that are willing to do that. They're so reserved up here, it's fucking ridiculous. But we're gonna cover Scotland's Justice Minister Humza Yousaf wants to criminalize thoughts. So that I wouldn't agree with that. So if that's true, yeah, obviously no. But I have a stark suspicion they're over exaggerating this. They fucking tend to do. Like their coverage of the Catholic discrimination, etc., that we've covered. Well,
You canceled the stream.
I canceled the stream.
Yeah, I can't see your screen anymore.
Oh shit! I never canceled shit. I'll re send it to you there for you. I thought you meant the recording. I was like,
Oh
no.
no.
I was like,
Oh, that's
wow.
cool.
We have enough technical difficulties generally without having to
Yeah,
deal with that. You can see it now though. We're back.
I'm good now.
You're good now. All right. You able to hear?
Pretty much started the Industrial Revolution, improving the English-made.
You able to hear?
Yeah, good. I'm good.
All right. Good. Well, we'll cover that as we'll see. I don't think there's anything we'll really need to cover that won't be in the video. Video's 24 minutes. We're not going to cover the full fucking video. We have other things to include. Also, we're going to be doing a stark what's the word? Redesign of the show. We're going to be covering everything's basically going to be everything you see now that's on screen other than the, clouds and characters. Characters are going to change, but the clouds are going to probably stay the same, and at least for the most part. But we're also going to, all the news stories are going to be just shown when needed, and we're going to have other content playing for the most part, something a little more interesting for the eye. So,
Yeah.
but until then, we'll keep that under wraps till we actually cover it. Now, let's get into this. Our favorite. We get to start off. I'm so excited. Ezra, right off the hop.
Have you ever been to Scotland? It's part of the United Kingdom. That's the United Kingdom part. It used to be its own kingdom. Now it's united with England. And there's Wales and there's Northern Ireland in there. The thing about Scotland is that it is full of Scots. I don't mean to shock you or alarm you, but if you're worried about Scottish people, and there is some cause to worry.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
I love that they showed him.
Yeah, it's like, really? You're showing this one weird fuck from Scotland? Like, he's the fucking... There's two other Scottish people right next to him, but he's the example of Scottish people.
Yeah. So funny. And I don't know why he would really be anything to worry about.
No, I don't know either.
I mean, The only thing I know about him, you were saying that there's like some other controversy that he was in, but the only thing I know about is the Nazi pug,
Yeah.
and like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that one was fucking really ridiculous. I never found that one. Like, there were some people who try to give credence to the anger behind it. I'm just like, no, that's totally ridiculous. But
I mean, his earrings are gross.
yeah, I don't like his fucking his piercings. I don't like any of the ones he has. But
No, me neither.
well, oh, that's his. Whatever.
Not afraid of him.
No judgment. That's his decision.
Just don't go to Scotland. It's full of them. I myself
It's full of these weird pierced fucks.
am very pro-Scotland, in no small part because I just can't get enough of that accent. And I also know that Canada is pretty much the creation of Scotland. Everything from Sir John A. Macdonald to the city I was born in, named Calgary.
Canada is the creation of Scotland. Because
I don't like the way he says that, because I know what he's trying to say, that Canada was created by Scotland in some way.
yeah,
But the first time I heard it, I thought he was saying Canada created Scotland.
yeah.
Like Canada was the creator of Scotland.
Oh, I see. Yeah, no.
I was very confused.
No, but either way, it's bullshit.
Yeah, either way, but for what he was trying to get across, I'm not a big fan of the wording.
Yeah. No, it's totally fucking ridiculous. That's not at all true. They were colonized by England from like Britain overall, but England is the main one.
I wonder if you knew that. Here's a shot of Calgary Bay in Scotland. Doesn't look much like Calgary, Alberta. Scotland really built the industrial...
Because it's just named after it, you twat.
Yeah.
And so
I mean,
what?
There's lots of places. Kingston
Yeah.
isn't originated in Canada.
No. Or Jamaica.
Yeah.
But
Revolution, by the way, James Watt, after whom we named the unit of power they won, pretty much started the Industrial Revolution, improving the English-made steam engine. Another Scot named Adam Smith pretty much codified capitalism. Of course, he didn't invent it. He explained it and defended it. Scots really did build the modern world. In fact, about 10 years ago, there was a book called that.
they participated just like
Yeah.
every other fucking like what?
Every other kind of European country.
Yeah, like all fucking countries in general.
Well, I mean, every kind of European, English-dominated country really is what invented what I would say is the modern world. But I mean, also like the ancient Greeks contributed to a lot.
I would say
So-
Asia has a huge
Yeah.
part to play in modern society and technology and modern world.
It's a blanket statement that doesn't apply.
There's parts of pretty much every culture that have become modernized, except for like
Yeah.
very few. Like I don't know, I don't feel like it's just English European countries or like even African countries. I'm sure have had some Latin. I don't even mean to say even. I'm sure African countries have fucking added to the modern society, but it wasn't
Yeah, I
just
think that
Scotland
everyone's-
created modern society.
Everyone's influencing everyone in every kind of different way that it's kind of hard to pinpoint it.
I'm Scottish too. I'm just like I'm not giving it all the credit to the Scottish. Like what? It's just dumb.
So thank you, Scotland. But look, don't go there if you don't like Scots. Rule number 1, okay?
What?
I think I haven't heard of anyone saying they didn't like Scots other than like Irish.
Or English.
Yeah.
And usually it's like the fucking other way around. Usually it's like the Scottish people are like, I fucking hate the English. I know
Yeah,
people. I have people in my family who hate the English because they're like.
I knew this Scottish lady
descendants.
that hated Irish. I'm like, I'm not sure of any of them. I was like, man, I hate those Scots.
I love those ones because you can't even tell who's who. You have to ask.
Yeah.
You're like, are you Irish or Scottish? Oh, you're Irish. Fuck
And then
you.
it's, like,
yeah.
So offensive to some of them too.
Yeah. It's like okay.
The Scottish government showing just how Scottish the place is, and the answer is extremely Scottish. This map shows the parts that...
That's a terrible graph.
What? It's Scottish, yes. If you hate Scottish people, don't go to Scotland. Yeah, obviously. What?
This graph is terrible. But is it saying like the percent of the white people specifically?
Yeah. So less than 95%.
Is just in the kind of Glasgow area.
Yeah.
Everywhere else is pretty much
No, and this
pure,
little area
pure
too
white.
is a really different area for some reason.
Yeah. But
98%.
But what?
yeah.
Yeah, like obviously it's where you expect to see Scottish people would be Scotland.
Or more.
Like this guy is just astounding me with his like shocking, revealing truths about the earth that I just was not aware about.
But look, apparently not everyone likes the fact that there are so bloody many Scots in Scotland. And one person who doesn't like it one bit, is a bit of a racist about it.
Okay. Here's
Here
I
it
think the big
comes.
issue.
Here it
with
comes. Yeah, go
He's
ahead.
equating being Scottish with being white.
Yeah.
You don't have to be white to be Scottish.
Well, I mean, I think those demographics were like descendants of like white,
Yeah.
purebred Scottish.
But
so I think
but I
that's
mean
what-
like, right? We're Canadian, but whenever people say, "Oh, for like pure real Canadians," and they're showing the demographics, they're not just showing like Native Americans.
Yeah, I get what you mean, but he's just meaning like the pure-blooded whites, like
Yeah, no,
descendants.
I'm just not a big fan of
Yeah, I know.
the way it's presented.
Yeah, well, apparently white Scottish people are bad, and he's about to say why somebody thinks that. It would be, I believe, Hamza Yousaf. So let's see. This is going to be the real meat of what we're going to be
Oh
talking
God,
about.
I
so
hope he
here
has
we
an
go.
Irish accent.
You mean a Scottish accent?
Oh yeah, I hope he has a Scottish accent.
That would be great, actually.
You see, he's a Scottish Muslim, and he has been so hard done by, so painfully discriminated against, so reviled. He's actually now the Minister of Justice in Scotland. He's rich, he's powerful, he's a media darling, but other than that,
Okay.
it's been absolutely miserable for him. I mean, if you were a young, white, Christian Scot...
I'm sure you're over-exaggerating what he said and acting like there's no discrimination.
I don't like it. I don't like that he keeps narrowing down his definition.
Yeah,
He started with Scots, and then he showed the graph, and it was white Scots.
yeah,
And then now, if you're a young, white, Christian Scot,
yeah. Specifically. Well, at least, you know, the truth is being more and more set free of who he's concerned about.
able to become a white, Christian, Scottish, Pakistani justice minister just as easily as Hamza...
White, Pakistani, young, Scottish justice minister? You can't be white and... I mean, you can be white and Pakistani, I guess. Is that what he means?
Yeah.
I guess that must be what he means. I'm sorry. I'll take that back. I thought he was just
Absolutely.
fucking up.
Hamza Yousaf telling you just how awful a place it is.
I've been called various racial slurs over the time, and I'm satisfied.
You got your wish. He's
I love it.
You got the fucking accent. There it is, bud. There it is.
Appointment. When I was younger, a teenager, I never reported it. Now I know much better, and I get, I'm afraid to say, still often Islamophobic abuse or racial abuse, most of it online. But now I report it, and now I see that actually from the reporting, people have been charged, have been sentenced for that. So that is one of our messages here, that don't assume that nothing will happen if you report it.
Okay, well that's stupid too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it's a lot like with what Ezra was doing. I feel like he's making a blanket statement of everything that he gets, because I know like people get death threats and everything, and that
Yeah.
is a serious issue.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be going on, but I mean, just I think, yeah.
If people are getting fucking sentenced or in trouble for any type of like non-death threat, like just like general stupidity on the
Yeah.
internet,
Or like
I'm
continuous
against it.
harassment.
If it's
If it's, like,
continuous
continuous
harassment,
harassment
I
of
guess,
him.
but yeah, but if
But I
it's
mean,
just
it's like some guy's just like, oh, screw you,
Yeah.
Middle Eastern man,
yeah, even if it's racist,
and then
they like I don't believe people should be fucking getting sentenced for saying racist things. I'm sorry, they are wrong, but it is their opinion. So if people should be able to fucking believe in what they believe in. They should, like
that's only gonna feel like further justify the way they feel.
yeah, you know they're just gonna start to feel discriminated against and shit. Like which they're discriminating against people themselves, which is kind of the ironic part. But like, I understand wanting to censor them, but it's just, I'm always against censorship in general. People should be able to say how they
It
want
does
to
more
feel.
harm than good.
Yeah, exactly.
Report it, people will be prosecuted because we have an absolute zero tolerance for hatred on our public transport.
I don't like people making racist insults. I don't like that. I just didn't know it was a
Okay,
crime
we're on the
to
same
be
page.
prosecuted. Maybe Pakistan and Scotland have more in common than I thought. But it's a bit weird because for a fellow who hates racism so much, Hamza Yusuf is pretty racist. Look, listen to this rant.
When the most senior positions in Scotland are filled almost exclusively by those who are white. Take my portfolio alone. The Lord President, white. The Lord Justice Clerk, white. Every High Court judge, white. The Lord Advocate, white. The Solicitor General, white. Chief
All these fucking whites. Yeah, I don't like this Yusuf guy, to be honest.
No, me neither. I mean, I can understand.
Every Deputy Chief Constable, white. Every Assistant Chief Constable, white. The head of the Law Society, white. The head.
Okay. What can you understand?
Okay.
White!
Well, I mean, like, I don't like that. It seems a lot of the time it matters more about identity politics rather than the actual qualifications of the people. But at the same time, I mean, I feel like the people in power should represent the demographics that they're representing.
Yeah.
But in a country that's predominantly white, I would imagine that the ruling power would be predominantly white.
Yeah, I believe so, especially when 95% of the population is white, so this guy's acting pretty fucking ridiculous. 10% of the government, or 25% of the government should be run by the fucking minorities, even though most
I mean, if he was like giving examples of people being
racist, or
willingly, I mean, having like the intent to reject someone based off of their ethnicity alone.
Yeah, like if there's legitimate discriminations he has issues with and it's not being addressed, and he feels like there would be reason, like he should bring that up, like reason for other minorities to run and win and, you know, help that issue. He should be focusing on the issues that he's concerned for minorities. I don't think complaining now that he's up there that there isn't more minorities up with him is the way to do it. I understand that you want your, demographic to progress, but at the same time, there can't, there's 95% of the country is white, Scottish, so the odds of anyone else, like, winning are really low, so, you're lucky to have the position you have.
Head of the Faculty of Advocates, white.
And I did speed it up because this is fucking long as shit, and we're going to be moving on very soon.
President, Governor, white. Not just Justice. Chief Medical Officer, white. Chief Nursing Officer, white.
Oh my god.
We get the idea.
Yeah, I think he's just unoriginal.
I think he's just, like I said, I think it's just making a big deal about the identity politics about it, but I mean...
Yeah.
I mean, I would rather, like, a white person who knows what they're doing than like... It sounds like I'm saying I prefer a white person over, like, a black person.
Mm-hmm.
Just the way I'm saying it, but that's not what I mean. I just mean, like, I don't want someone to be... that to be the reason anyone qualifies for a job.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking... I hate when I have to agree with Ezra. Like, I was so volatile with him at the beginning, but he's been completely right so far.
But I don't like the way he's presenting it.
No, yeah, in the beginning he was wrong about quite a few things, but as he brings this twat up, showing another unlikable douche, it's like, it's easy pickings for him.
You judge people based on their skin color, it's called racism. And you really, really, really don't like white people, all right? Message received, you just don't usually hear it said.
We didn't really say that either.
No, I feel like he's just upset about the representation of minorities, but
yeah,
I just think it's unfounded.
Yeah.
Especially just because he hasn't given any examples.
Yeah, exactly. He hasn't proven why the need for a minority government or movement in government is needed.
It's like, oh, all these people are white. Well, who applied for that job or that position?
If everybody in that position is white just because they were, correctly voted in without any actual discrimination or, racism behind it, like, and there's no, like, there probably is, I'm certain there is racism in there. There's probably not a country without racism, but he's not addressing what needs to be changed and why people need to be
making kind
fucking.
of unfounded claims.
Yeah, he's just saying
At least in the clip that Ezra showed.
especially because there is such a small fucking group of minorities in Scotland.
How it would go over, shoe on the other foot, if you stood up in the Pakistani parliament, if there is such a place, and denounced Pakistan for having just so many Pakistanis. Anyway, so we have a son of privilege, a powerful, successful man who just hates the chief characteristic of Scotland. So bloody Scottish. Okay, got it. Good to know. A bigot as a justice minister. How's that going to work? Well, it will go very poorly. Let me show you what I think is the worst censorship law I have ever read. Although because I only speak English, I haven't read Pakistani censorship laws. It might be worse. Maybe yours can tell us. Look at this. It's his book.
Wow.
He proudly introduced it this spring. His name is on it. He took advantage of the pandemic.
All right, let's cover this. Let's see. We're gonna see how we feel about this bill right now. You can see the full thing. You're not getting blocked out by your head, so we're good. All right, Hate, Crime, and Public Order Scotland Bill, an act of the Scottish Parliament to make provision about the aggravation of offences by prejudice, to make provision about offences relating to stirring up hatred against a group of persons, to abolish the common law offence of blasphemy, and for connected purposes. Blasphemy, okay. So, aggravation of offences by prejudice. An offence is aggravated by prejudice if, where there is a specific victim of the offence, at the time of committing the offence or immediately before or after doing so, the offender evinces malice and ill will towards the victim, and the malice and ill will is based on the victim's membership or presumed membership of a group defined by reference to a characteristic mentioned in subsection 2, or whether or not there is a specific victim of the offense is motivated wholly or partly by malice and ill will towards a group of persons based on the group being defined by reference to a characteristic mentioned in subsection 2. Characteristics are age, disability, race, color, nationality, including citizenship, ethnic, national origins, religion, or in case of a social or cultural group, perceived religious affiliation, sexual orientation, transgender identity, variations in sex characteristics. It is immaterial whether or not the offender's malice and ill will is also based to any extent on any other factor. Wow.
That's a bit vague to me.
Yeah, that's wow. Yeah, I don't like that bill at all, to be honest. I think that's fucking pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
Pretty much anything can get, like, pretty much any insult, almost.
Well, not only any insult, but what I don't like is that
Almost.
a lot of the times, like if let's say a man murders a woman or something, then they'll argue that it was because they were a woman.
Yeah.
You know, it's an easy argument to make.
Yeah, and it just adds more fucking, like, if somebody does a crime, I just hate crimes, because if they're committing a crime, there should be enough to put them away with that crime. You shouldn't need to put more and more laws upon it. If you have to do that, there's a flaw in the system inherently.
I mean, like, unless in a situation where it's like self-defense,
yeah,
why they did it shouldn't really matter that much.
Yeah, exactly.
They did it.
Well, fuck you, Hamza Yusuf, and still fuck you, Ezra. I still don't like you. We're moving on. Looters ransack Chicago's famous Magnificent Mile using police shooting for justification. So, we didn't cover this, but we talked about this briefly a little bit before the show. And I have a real issue with just the stance immediately. They're so concerned. Not, like, just the framing of it. Looters ransack Chicago's famous Magnificent Mile using police shooting for justification. So, they're very concerned about this fucking stretch of streets and businesses. They're very concerned about that, but, you know, the citizens getting possibly shot by the police, they're not really that concerned about. That is just, you know, something these goons are using to justify these riots. It's like, no, you should be more concerned about the fucking police state fucking shooting people, often unjustified. Even if it, like, we'll see if it is justified, but if the guy was running away, which a lot of the time the fucking police are just shooting people who are running away. I don't know how many times I've seen that. It's like, yeah, okay. Chicago looters ransacked dozens of retailers on a late Sunday night using a police-involved shooting as an excuse for the mass violence. Hundreds of police traveling in a convoy of dozens of vehicles swept through Chicago's Magnificent Mile, an upscale part of the city where many shopping stores are located. They smashed windows, looted stores, set fires, and exchanged gunfire with police officers and security guards, wounding several. Much of the chaos unfolded over social media under the hashtag Chicago riots, with the media blaming a police-involved shooting as a justification for the violence. Okay, obviously I don't stand by any of the fucking crazy shit that went down.
No.
But I'm with the media blaming police-involved shooting as a justification for violence. On Sunday afternoon, Chicago police shot and wounded a man in Inglewood who had opened a fire on them when they attempted to stop him. The man, who was not identified, has 4 previous arrests.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah. What happened overnight was an act of violence against the city. We will not tolerate these actions, and we will hold those responsible accountable.
This was not an organized protest. Rather, this was an incident of pure criminality. This was an act of violence against our police officers and against our city.
Chicago Police Superintendent David Brown said the looting was sparked by false reports on social media that the person who was shot was a 15-year-old boy. He wasn't. Go ahead.
I don't know enough about the shooting to justify whether or not I'm upset about this.
They're really concerned about covering all the other bullshit, but they're not really concerned about the shooting at all.
Because, I mean, like, the shooting very well could have been justified.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know anything about it, so I can't.
The fact Rebel News is not showing me anything, like, or even really talking much on it, other than saying he wasn't 15. That's leading me to believe.
The circumstances under which he was shot. I like that they said that he was arrested 4 previous times. What I don't like is that they use people's like criminal history as a justification for it. But I mean, it matters what happened in the situation. It doesn't unless they're like a repeat offender where they're like going around killing people every year or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the four arrests could be for like drugs or theft. It doesn't contribute to the fact that he was shot, as far as I know. It's not a justification.
Yeah. Sorry, I was reading a comment down there that was pissing me off. It was making me angry.
Why?
It was just wrong. About certain things, anyway. Mayor Lightfoot is facing increasing scrutiny for her failure to keep violence under control in Chicago, called on Cook County State's Attorney Kim Foxx to prosecute everyone arrested in connection with the looting. Well, I want to know what the fuck happened with that shooting, and you're being very vague. So, obviously, I don't stand by anything that happened with the rioting, but when it comes to the shooting, I want to know what the fuck happened with that, and you're not covering it, and you're not saying anything that, is, what's the word? Relieving for me. I'm kind of still concerned about the whole police killing people for no fucking reason. Oh, well.
I mean, I agree to the extent that I don't see these riots really doing anything. I don't see it going anywhere, right? Nothing's coming of them.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the same time, you have to see that it's justifiable anger.
Yeah. Exactly. I would say so. At least, well, we can't tell if it's justifiable anger because they won't fucking reveal the facts.
Specific context.
Yeah.
I just mean like for these riots, like as a whole.
Yeah, in general, completely, we understand.
Especially whenever like people are like, "Why are you doing this? Stop doing that!" And then they do it again. Like, "Why are you doing this? Stop doing that!" And then they do it again. And then people get angry, and they're like, "Well, why are you getting angry?" Because it's not the first time we asked you.
Yeah, it's like we've been asking you since the fucking way before the 60s, like forever, pretty much. It just doesn't ever get better. At least not in that particular scenario.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's cover this shit. So, Brains Bro Dre really loves the show, I guess. Dying to be on it. Wants to be on it so bad. But we just,
nothing would get done.
Yeah, we have a strict kind of 3 host system. guest hosts and guest stars are not going to be promoted for a while. I was talking to a guy named Steven who I was thinking about it, but not for a while. So we're just, it's not
The
happening.
more people we add, the longer it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Maybe like try it out in like a live stream or something.
Yeah, we're going to be live streaming soon also, so that'll be going down as well. But till then, we're just, he really wanted to be on. But, he at least got a story on. So, he I don't know really what this is about at all. And I don't think...
No.
I don't know if it's going to be entertaining. I don't know if it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I just know...
Where's Caledonia?
I have no fucking clue. Land defenders reoccupy... We'll just use this as... If there's nothing interesting, you can just say bad stories about your family. Alright. Land defenders reoccupy Caledonia. Residential development say trust has been broken with OPP. You're like, uh-oh, it's looking bad. A group of land defenders from 6 nations has returned to the site.
I don't like that they put that in quotation.
What?
Land defenders.
Yeah, that's what they would be.
Just like land defenders.
Yeah, they are. I mean, that's what that would be. They were defending their land. From 6 nations has returned to the site of a housing development on the edge of Caledonia the day after OPP arrested several people as part of enforcing a court injunction. The collective, which has dubbed the site on Mackenzie Road, 1492, Land Back Lane, writes on a Facebook page, Mackenzie Meadows is one of several housing developments within the area that are directly violating the sovereignty of the... Thank you, Cash. Collectively, we remain firm in our stance that action must be taken to stop the ongoing development of our lands. The description of the group reads, a superior court injunction was granted to Fox Ridge Developments, Inc. and delivered at the site on Friday. On Wednesday morning, a video live streamed from the site and posted to the group's Facebook page shows dozens of armed OPP officers advancing towards those gathered at the site. Sorry, I'm like distracted.
I
by
mean, I
something in the room.
definitely agree with the protesters and the land protectors or land defenders.
Yeah.
That it's the way that native land is treated is just awful.
Yeah, it's not protected at all. It's supposed to be
not
their
only
land.
that, but like in the treaty, they're supposed to have, I think, like a kilometer on either side of the St. Lawrence, all along the St. Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, they don't.
Yeah, really, it should be like little mini islands or countries or territories. Yeah, it's just like, we'll just put some pipes right through it.
I mean, I haven't heard anyone else say it, but I don't like that they're called reservations.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, that to me that sounds kind of demeaning.
It really, well, like, if you're giving them back land, shouldn't it be their own little country then, technically?
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, they have their own government.
Exactly, so that's what I mean. It shouldn't have ever been reservations.
They shouldn't be able to take it from them.
Yeah. They shouldn't be able to take it from them. They should be, like, countries. Realistically, they should have the whole country, but if we're gonna talk just about reservations.
Like, the OPP and everything aren't supposed to be allowed to go on the reservations without the say-so of the councils.
Yeah. Exactly, so... This is ridiculous, but...
Yeah.
Not new. At least Ohio is half of it's going to be fucking native land again. That's fucking... No, not Ohio. Oklahoma. I think it's Oklahoma. But yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Micah, one of the land defenders who spoke with the Global News over the phone on Thursday, said the police response on Wednesday morning has resulted in a breach of trust. With the injunction that has served, we had until Friday tomorrow to respond to the injunction, said Micah. The land defenders...
What's that noise?
Yeah, that's my ringtone. 1 second, I'm gonna turn that off. I just told them that I'm recording. Okay, sorry about that.
I'm just confused.
So unprofessional, I know. Fuck. I apologize. But yeah, so I don't think we're gonna find much, like, gonna be able to talk much more about
Well, I
this.
mean, that's my opinion. That
Yeah.
they should just leave them be. Let them
Yeah.
have the like.
Yeah.
I think like the government, both Canadian and American, have done enough to them.
You live on one right now, don't you?
Yeah.
You're not even native at all.
No, but my brothers are. So
Yeah.
I'm living with them.
His brodres are, exactly, so.
I'm native by association.
Yeah. Meanwhile, this, like, Polish kid.
I'm like the whitest person you'll ever see.
Yeah, it's like, you're...
Dakota said that I'm brown wash.
Is that, yeah, probably. I could see it. Yeah, so let's move on from Caledonia. Doctor killed in Red Deer attack. Was targeted by assailant, RCMP say. Accused 54, charged with first-degree murder and 2 counts of assault. Sorry, did I say that really weird?
Damn. You said it a bit weird, but the way they worded it was a bit strange.
The way they worded it was a bit strange. Also, I thought my phone was ringing again, but I just turned off the fucking ringtone, so I was very confused as I was reading it. But it was something totally else distracted me, so, you know.
Yeah.
You're great. A Red Deer doctor who died after he was attacked at his walk-in clinic
Just
on Monday.
a clarification.
Yeah?
Red Deer is the location. The doctor himself was not a Red Deer. He was a doctor of Red Deer.
No, yeah, he wasn't a vet. He could be called a vet, I'm sure.
There's a lot of strange names in Canada.
Yeah.
You know, like we got Yellowknife.
Yeah, there's some terrible names in Canada.
Yeah.
Let's cover that for a second, honestly. Saskatoon. Go ahead.
I think there's a place called Dildo, but that might be in the U.S.
Yeah, I think that's in the U.S., but we have it sounds like Dr. Seuss fucking named half of our fucking cities and provinces. Let's just start with Saskatchewan. I hate that one. You go into all this. There's no good named cities in Saskatchewan. You go to Saskatoon. There's Regina.
Nope. It's Dildo, Newfoundland.
Oh, it is in Canada. There you go.
And then there's Swastika, Ontario.
What?
Swastika, Ontario.
I could see Newfoundland having that, but wow. See, we just got terrible names in Canada up here. Like it's Nineveh, and it's awful. Oh well. Red Deer. Like, imagine you lived in a town called Red Deer.
Yeah.
That'd be terrible. Like
the city. We don't have a great place.
Yeah, we're not gonna say it, but our city name is pretty stupid too. I didn't say that.
But it's also we got it from.
Yeah, we got it from
English, so.
Yeah, it's
not our fault.
Yeah, we just copied one, but it's like, it's so stupid.
But I mean, like it's probably Native American. They got a lot of descriptive names.
Yeah, a lot of them are, and a lot of them are like Native American sounding. Yeah. Like I find a lot of Ontario's sounds much more native. They use a lot of like A's and O's, and like a lot of American U.S. cities sound much more English.
Yeah.
So it's probably another big difference. And we're white, so it just sounds weird to us. God. What?
I just found another city.
What?
Punky Doodle Corners.
Where is that?
Ontario.
Punky Doodle Corners?
Yeah.
Okay, well we're gonna do a meetup there or something. We gotta fucking. What's the highest rated restaurant in Punky Doodle Quarters?
I'll Google it. Start reading.
Yeah, I'll read. So this doctor got fucking not felt up, you know what I mean by felt up, killed by this guy. Dr. Walter Reynolds died in the hospital after he was assaulted with a weapon at the Village Mall walk-in clinic where he practiced. Dang Mabwire, 54, has been charged with first-degree murder, assault with a weapon, and assault. I don't think you need both, but sure.
The Tin House.
The Tin House?
Yeah.
Is that
oh my god.
Is that a strip club or a fucking restaurant?
No, it's like it sells like fish and chips and stuff. Guess what street it's on?
Oh my god, Punky Doodle Avenue?
No, Shakespeare.
Shakespeare? What? Oh.
Shakespeare Lane in Punky Doodle Corner.
Okay, well, we're going there. We're gonna meet. We're gonna have to go there after this. We'll get a ride.
Yeah.
Definitely at some point. This was not a random attack and was targeted. I don't know what SUPT means. Gerald Grobmeyer.
I think it's maybe superintendent. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right. Superintendent Gerald. Superintendent Gerald Grobmeyer, detachment commander of the Red Deer RCMP, said at a news conference on Tuesday. Grobmeyer said police have learned the motive behind the attack, but those details won't be released until the case works its way through the courts. Though through the charge of first-degree murder, it means it was premeditated, he said. An individual went in with a goal. They knew each other through the clinic. Go ahead.
Nothing. It's just lots of stuff always going on. People always dying.
Yeah, people always dying, man. People always dying. Yeah, bummer. So basically this guy... So, of course, because it's Canada... I think that's another reason people don't cover Canadian news is because we have a law where basically people can't reveal details in cases. So it gets so fucking annoying because everything you basically want to know is not allowed to be known.
We got a lot of good laws in Canada.
Yeah, great.
You know, there's a law in most provinces where if you're charged with something, they can't use you apologizing as proof of guilt.
Really?
Because people just apologize all the time.
Yeah.
So if you stole from, if someone's accusing you of stealing something, you're like, oh, sorry, they can't use that against you.
That's great. Well, it's not you're not admitting. You're just saying sorry. So.
Yeah, but like in the U.S., it's kind of like an admission of guilt.
Oh, I guess.
But people just like I say sorry for everything.
Yeah, that's true. I used to.
Some guy walked in on me.
Now I don't give a fuck.
At the gym. I was in a change room at the gym, and someone walked in on me, and I apologized to them.
I remember that. I was there. Yeah, but you had to apologize. You fucking blinded them. No, fuck. That was hilarious though. You fucking. I'm sorry. I remember. I just heard you yell, "I'm sorry," while they opened, and it wasn't like I'm sorry. It wasn't like that at all. You were genuinely I'm sorry, apologizing. Fuck, you're Canadian. Oh well. Toronto dentist charged with sexually assaulting patients. Sexual interference with minors still practicing. Yeah.
Not a good day for dentists.
No. Details of accusations covered by a publication ban. Hadrian was charged on June 26th with 5 counts of assault, 1 count of uttering a death threat, 4 counts of sexual assault, and 4 counts of sexual interference. A charge that applies in cases where the victim is under the age of 16.
Okay.
He was subsequently charged with an additional count of sexual assault on July 21st and is currently out on bail. Nice.
Yeah, I don't want this guy anywhere near my mouth.
Yeah. Oh my god. The charges relate to the offenses that allegedly occurred between November 2019 and April 2020. The Toronto Police Service and its Child and Youth Advocacy Center, as well as Durham Regional Police Service, have been involved in investigating the allegations. Hadrian owns the building in which his office is located and also co-owns 2 residential properties in Toronto and a farm in Clarington, Ontario. So, this guy's, yeah. He's basically, he's just a piece of shit. He's that joke people make about the rapist dentist. He's the rapist dentist who puts you under and fucks your mouth. Except he actually does it. So, fuck this guy. Hopefully he won't be on bail for much longer. Yeah, but
this guy should not be practicing.
No, I guarantee they're gonna take his license away. He's never gonna practice again, but at least not legally. But yeah, fuck him. He's out on bail. That's all I'm saying. He's out there. Forest fire. Watch your mouth. Don't get a cavity. Better not get a cavity. There's
Say,
Say, Alright, there's a forest fire, 2020, the year of disaster. There's a forest fire in Canada now too. Hopefully it doesn't go like Australia, because we're connected to you bitches.
Yeah.
We're connected to you bitches. You're gonna have to care about us. Forest fire causes well, not too much, but a little bit if we fucking get into Montana or some shit. I know we're not close to Montana, but you know, I think the border goes quite a while. Just burn down the line. We'll get there. But
1 kilometer an hour.
oh wow, that's a fuck ton. Water bombers can be seen in the Red Lake area assisting in an active forest fire that has forced about 4,000 people to evacuate the community located about 500 kilometers northwest of Thunder Bay. Yeah, so we're not going to spend too much time on this, but just won't fucking end with all this bullshit. 2020 won't end with the disasters. Canada's not a place to really get them unless it's a cold disaster. Like we get really bad snowstorms, but now we're even getting fires. I mean, it just won't stop.
I don't know if I've ever heard of a wildfire in Canada.
Yeah, this is the first one, like a bad one that I've heard.
Yeah.
Where people have, like 4,000 people have had to evacuate. Definitely the first one that I've heard. All right, well, this is your story. So I'm gonna.
I hate this guy's smug smile.
I hate this guy. The prince.
But, his smug smile specifically.
Yeah, his smile. It doesn't even look like a smile. It's like.
No.
Yeah. Definitely fucking smug, though, whatever the fucking face he's making is. So, what's going on, Cash? Tell us what we need to know.
Alright. A U.S. court has issued a summons for Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Salmon?
Salman. I think it's Salman.
Salman, in a lawsuit from a former Saudi intelligence official now living in Canada who claims bin Salman attempted to assassinate him with a hit squad in Canada in October 2018. On Friday, the United States District Court for the District of Columbia told the Crown Prince and numerous other defendants named by Saad al-Jabari, you must serve on the plaintiff and answer to the attached complaint.
There you go.
So.
Well, that's not surprising when it he's known for everybody knows he killed Khashoggi with a hit squad. That's not a secret. Everybody's fucking aware of that. So it's like the odds of him using a hit squad, would not shock me at all. But to send them to Canada to do it would be a little alarming.
It's a risky move.
Yeah, I would say so. Especially because I don't know. Who do you think the U.S. likes better, Canada or Saudi Arabia?
Well, I'm hoping Canada, but
I'm hoping Canada too. But
with the oil and everything, I'm thinking that they probably would benefit more from Saudi.
Do you think the U.S. would bomb us if we started if Saudi Arabia and us had to go to war?
I'm not sure. I would hope not.
I hope they'd stay out.
I would think it would depend heavily on who's in office.
That's true too. The Republicans love Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Absolutely adore Saudi Arabia. But
having failed to finish the job in Canada, bin Salman continues in his attempted extrajudicial killing to this day, say court documents. In recent months, defendant bin Salman obtained all these words, a fatwa directed at Dr. Saad. In this case, a ruling by religious authorities endorsed the killing of Dr. Saad. None of the allegations has been proven in court. Al-Jabri has been living in Canada since 2017 after fleeing his homeland following a police palace coup.
You're fucking racist. You feel honored to speak that fucking ethnic tongue. You graciously say it. I'm not sorry, did I distract you?
Yeah, they saw bin Salman put next in line for the throne. Al-Jabri was the right-hand man of Mohammed bin Nayef, who's nephew of King Salman Come on.
bin Abdulaziz
King
Al
Salman
Saud bin
Abdulaziz
Nayef.
Al Saud bin Nayef was deposed in favor of Mohammed bin Salman, making Al Jabri a target of the new regime. A source close to the Al Jabri family told the National Post earlier this year.
So did you even understand any of that, or were you too distracted by all the names?
I have no idea what I just read.
Oh my god. So yeah. So that's the thing. Let's just go on to.
Just a clarification for anyone watching. I'm laughing at my inability to say the words.
Yeah.
Not their names themselves.
Oh, I don't believe you for a second. You find it hilarious. One second. Here we go. Alrighty. I think this is another one of your. No, this is my story.
No, that one's yours.
This one's mine. Yeah, you're right. Alrighty, and I'm right because I realized before you said it. Russia becomes first country to register coronavirus vaccine. Putin's daughter given it.
I don't like the way that's
Yeah.
She's just giving it. She's just giving it to her.
Oh my
Really,
god.
really laying the pipe.
Yeah. What? They didn't say that. Really poking the skin. Really, they're using needle. You gotta use that needle euphemism. Really penetrating the barriers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Putin,
so-
please don't kill us.
Yeah. Oh, he ain't gonna see this. He's a busy man.
Yeah, but we're pretty big. We got like what 3 views on the last video.
No, we got way more than 3 actually, but I'm not showing. We'll talk about that after. Moscow, Russia, on Tuesday became the first country to approve a coronavirus vaccine for use in tens of thousands of its citizens, despite international skepticism about injections that have not completed clinical trials and were studied in only dozens of people for less than 2 months. President Vladimir Putin said while announcing the approval that one of his 2 adult daughters already was inoculated. He said the vaccine underwent the necessary tests and was shown to provide lasting immunity to the coronavirus, although Russian authorities have offered no proof to back up the claim of its safety or effectiveness. I know it has proven efficient and forms a stable immunity, he said. We must be grateful to those who made that first step very important for our country and the entire world. However, scientists in Russia and other countries sounded an alarm, saying that rushing to offer the vaccine before phase 3 trials, which normally last for months and involve tens of thousands of people, could backfire. Yeah, that would make sense.
It's a bad idea what they're doing.
Yeah, right now, yeah. Fast-tracked approval will not make Russia the leader in the vaccine race. It will just expose consumers of the vaccine to unnecessary danger. And it's only going to give credence to those fucking crazy anti-vaxxers if you just start pumping them full of some unproven thing. Don't do this. This is just going to fucking make Jenny McCarthy look smart. It's so hard to do that. Don't do that. Dude, like, why would you do that? Don't. Fucking fast-track approval. No, yeah. The vaccine developed by the Gamaleya Institute in Moscow uses a different virus, the common cold-causing adenovirus, that has been modified to carry genes for the spike protein that coats the coronavirus as a way to prime the body to recognize if a real COVID-19 infection comes along. That's similar to vaccines being developed by China's CanSino Biologics and Britain's Oxford University and AstraZeneca. Advanced clinical trials are set to start Wednesday. Kirill Dmitriev, chief executive of the Russian Direct Investment Fund, told reporters the fund bankrolled the development of the vaccine. Yeah, so okay, and then it goes on. Yeah, just fucking way too early. There needs to be phase 3 needs to happen way before they start fucking providing, just mass fucking trials. It's gonna be, there will be repercussions for that. I'm definitely hopeful he doesn't just fucking release it, but we'll see.
Too soon.
Too soon. Let's go to Fox for a second. Let's go to Fox, our favorite. Not really. We like Rebel, but our second favorite. It's up there. Seattle.
They,
go ahead.
They discuss the most marginalized minority.
Yeah.
Christians.
Yeah, Christians. Seattle Christians confronted by knife-wielding protesters yelling obscenities at black pastors. Leader! And then nothing else. Okay. We'll cover this.
I like that if you look at the caption under the title, it says the church refused to be intimidated.
Leaders.
Which makes it sound like, I mean, now we're not against the idea.
It's like they're not scared of some guy knife-wielding protesters, though. They'll beat the shit out of some fucking protesters. Who's this guy? Looks like a twat.
Taking his fight for faith on the road. Let Us Worship began on California's beaches last month in defiance of the state's lockdown orders. Now it's spreading to Portland, where the movement saw their largest gathering yet. The organizer working to bring a message of the cities.
God's gonna have a large influx of new arrivals.
He needs fucking, yeah, hopefully.
Really making him work for his money.
Yeah, fuck, really fucking. Oh my god, he needs to empty out some of his fucking rooms. He needs to fucking make some more rooms for everybody that's gonna need one. Fuck.
Sean, thanks for being here. I remember inviting you back because you said, I'm going to Portland, and I said, you gotta tell me how it's going. Tell me what you saw in Portland.
Man, I took you at your word. I'm excited to share with you some good news from Portland. Last night we gathered thousands
Took
of
you at your word, man.
that came together. The church
This guy's stoned as fuck.
Park. And we don't have the total estimate. Somewhere between 4,000 and 7,000 is what they're estimating. And we gathered together, white, black, Hispanic. We came, we released our song of hope over this.
And we all got sick as shit, bro. We're all gonna die. Doesn't matter if you're sick, black, rich, poor. We're all fucked up. We're spreading it to all our family members.
Yeah.
People gave their life to Jesus. Hundreds of people.
Oh my God.
Literally, they literally gave their life to Jesus.
I mean, it was so much joy that took over the streets of that city last night.
That's amazing. And it's too.
That's like a park, not streets, but go ahead.
I mean, first and foremost, the message of Jesus Christ and the
That
salvation
girl's
message.
jamming,
Things
or
are
that guy's
central to what we
jamming.
do. But you've also been calling for pastors to get politically involved. In Portland, we've seen riots and violence.
Don't.
There's been lockdowns.
Pastors
The
do
church is
not get
portrayed
politically
in
involved.
a very different
Yeah,
way
don't.
than riots. What was your message to the group about that as well? Because I presume you were in defiance of some lockdown order.
It's like Jesus, bro. It's like he wants us to do it.
For last night was riots to revival, which we're also carrying with us into Seattle tonight. And we just believe that the church has the ability to change the narrative. You know, all of America has just
that's true.
These buildings burned.
They changed the narrative up quite a bit.
And this violence. Yeah. And the news, the mainstream media seems to be infatuated with this. But I'm telling you, there's another story of what God is doing in these cities. And
you're a mother whore, and where's the knife-wielding protesters that you're so worried about?
Yeah.
Oh!
Jesus.
It's gonna happen again. Get ready for it. Okay. That was loud as fuck and it didn't show me anything. Where is this knife?
Wait, scroll up. Cause that says Hail Satan.
That's cool. Yeah, there it is. That's awesome. Okay, that guy's cool. And look, he's got the mask on because he's not a retard. There we go.
Yeah.
We have someone who's not a total twat. Oh, God.
I don't need a mask. I have God.
I feel the power. I feel it running through me.
I don't need a mask. Jesus sits on my face.
Oh, my God. So, yeah, some guy, Okay. I'm going to play it one more time. Tell me if you can hear...
Oh. I don't want to. Well, Instagram.
Can I turn it down? Alright. I'm not hearing any fucking... Yeah, it's saying we... Yeah, so just bullshit lies.
Yeah, I can't hear anything.
Yeah, there's...
I heard 1, 2, 3, 4.
Apparently that fucking guy was... That guy with the Hail Satan thing was yelling at black pastors, but I don't see any evidence of that, so...
No, I just see him standing there with...
Yeah.
I mean, that's awesome, I think.
Yeah. I closed the wrong window, so I have to look it up. But, we're gonna cover something a little different. But before we do that... Actually... Oh, that's why. We're not covering that yet. I got excited, but that's not what we're covering. Unfortunately. I was excited. Unfortunately, we're not covering that yet. We'll get to that. Feds crack down on lenders targeting small businesses with high-interest loans, abusive collection tactics. It also seems like it's gangster operation, said one California gym owner who said his lender threatened to ask his clients to repay his debts. Wow.
I'm happy for that.
You're happy for that?
Well, I mean, like these small loan places in small towns.
Yeah.
That's a racket, man.
Yeah. Yeah. But,
I think.
Oh yeah.
I think what
I
was seeing is like if you borrow. I went to Money Mart. I said, and I think it was like for a $5,000 loan. Mm-hmm. It's a 300% interest rate.
Yeah. Holy fuck. Well, yeah. It's just like taking advantage of people who need money.
Yeah.
They'll do.
And it's like if the way it works is like a 300% interest rate, but it's only supposed to be for like 2 weeks, and it's people who can't do that. So once it gets to that point, I think I did the math, because it depends on how they calculate it, right? Mm-hmm. I think you could end up by the end of the year owing them like $50,000.
Holy fuck. Yeah, especially all the people who can't repay that, the people who need to get money loaned out to them, like especially just like $5,000 worth of money. Like, not saying that's a small amount of money. It's not at all to either of us, but it's just like I understand that isn't really a large amount of money for a loan. So people who need that probably can't repay it back in time for, at least quickly. What the fuck? My screen keeps freaking out. But yeah, I'm also really glad on this shit because, like you said, it's fucking totally ridiculous the extent of which they take advantage of these small fucking businesses, and not even just businesses, people in general. Uh-oh. How's it going, Cash?
I'm good. He left.
Okay, I heard a quick little something.
Yeah, you heard a little, oh yeah.
Yeah, I did hear that. Okay,
yeah.
Yeah, so let's get into this. Federal and state regulators are cracking down on lenders targeting small businesses with high-cost loans and abusive collection tactics, generating unease in a lightly regulated industry that has flourished as it put merchants, in a vice. One company...
The way you said that, all I could think of was Judge Judy.
One company, Par Funding of Philadelphia, was raided by the FBI. I was about to do another voice, and I was like, no, I'm not going to do a different voice. On July 28, an FBI official confirmed and has been sued by the Securities and Exchange Commission. 2 others, RCG Advances and Yellowstone Capital, both of New York, have been sued by the Federal Trade Commission for allegedly misrepresenting the terms of their financings.
Absolutely. Good.
Yeah, fuck them. The New York Attorney General also sued RCG, contending that it sometimes threatened physical violence to compel repayment. Known as merchant cash advance companies, the lenders provide money to small businesses based on their current revenues. The merchants typically give access to their bank accounts for daily and weekly repayments that total a larger amount over time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good. It's about time. It took way too fucking long. It's been like way overdue, but you know what? As long as it's finally happening, good. It probably won't even happen enough to the extent to which it should, but at least something's being done. So,
because like I said, it's just, and I'm pretty sure that it's a compounded interest.
Mm-hmm.
And all that means is like if it's $5,000, they charge the interest on 5,000, and then if you don't pay that back, they'll charge it on the 5,000 plus the interest they added.
Yeah.
So it goes insane.
Yeah, it is fucking insane. I know. I've never had to use any of these places, but
no.
Yeah, I know. It goes fucking crazy. I thought fucking Jake was trying to get on, but he's not getting on. That's not what was happening. We're good. And at this point, he wouldn't be able to anyway. Fuck him. Unless we were live streaming. Police should police be first to respond in a mental health crisis? No. No.
Okay, next one.
Yeah. Next story. Like
No,
seriously. No, they should not.
Not even a question. It's not even a question.
That's like the main, like one of the top 3 things we preach on the show every time we see a fucking police fucking squad or something attacking some, like half the time we're seeing anything about the police on this show, it's about them attacking mentally ill people. And it's just like, we need people who can handle
a lot of them
mentally ill people to do this, not people who are meant to handle threats.
At least like a lot of the people with mental health problems that I know have a problem with police.
Yeah, that's it.
So they're gonna immediately react violently if a cop comes up to them. They need someone who's professionally trained to deal with these issues.
Yeah, they need somebody who doesn't have a weapon on them, and doesn't have really the authority to put them in jail or anything. Like a lot of these people can't.
That's not what they need.
Yeah.
They need help.
Yeah, exactly. They don't need people tasing them. They don't need people threatening to put them in an asylum or put them in prison if they don't listen and comply.
The only thing that police can do is escalate it, really.
Yeah. Like, it's just going to cover 2 cases we've already fucking covered. Ijaz Chowdhury and Regis Paquette. But, like, no. We don't need the police handling this. We need someone else. We need someone who is trained to understand people with mental illness. Maybe not every single mental illness. We don't need psychologists fucking wearing like SWAT gear.
People who know how to deal with them.
We need someone who can talk to someone who's bipolar or
and almost
whatever.
every scenario, having a cop deal with someone with mental health is just gonna escalate the problem.
Yeah,
someone having
always.
a mental breakdown isn't gonna get better by having a gun pointed at them.
Yeah, exactly. So that's our answer. I don't think we need to really read the article. I think we got it just from that. So, Belarus election, a second night of violence and protests. So, I guess Belarus, this little European country, just had its election and some shit went down. Which, what wouldn't went down? What isn't going to go down now? Always expect shit to go down when shit can go down. Things are going to go down.
Yeah. Murphy's Law.
Nothing's going to, exactly. Nothing's going to
go smoothly. If it can go wrong, it will.
There's nothing going to be going smoothly. The fucking, apparently the opposition, the other guy you could have voted for who, like, isn't the dictator of the country, is, like, fleeing to Lithuania after the election because he's gonna get killed or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll cover it, but this came out 2 hours ago. Police in Belarus were seen beating demonstrators and bundling people into vans in a second night of violence linked to protests over Sunday's election result. The authoritarian president Alexander Lukashenko won 80% of the vote, but a lack of scrutiny, no observers were present, has led to allegations of widespread vote rigging in the poll.
Almost definitely.
Really? Is that your opinion? You know, I really hate these Belarusian traitors who go against the great word of Alexander fucking Lukashenko over here, the wonderful world leader that he is. Cover this real quick.
Police officers are taking people at random, often violently.
So yeah, they're just like kidnapping people.
Yeah.
To keep people.
This is awful.
It's like just like fucking. It's not just like what Trump was doing, but it is similar to what Trump was doing, and it can show. It shows the slippery slope of what can happen. Beat those women. Beat the shit out of those women. They are talking back. Like, what?
This is terrible, man.
I know. This is fucking insane. Fucking... It's really hard to not hate police when you see shit like this.
I know.
You know, it's hard not to say fuck the pigs. It's hard not to say ACAB. Yeah, so... Be happy you don't live in Belarus or any of these fucking shitty countries where they have an authoritarian dictator. And if you live somewhere where it's pretty much an authoritarian dictator, well, you know, be happy you at least have the veil of freedom. There's at least that. Oh, uh-oh.
Sorry, I had the mic mute.
All good.
I had it muted while he was in here, but then he kind of
Hump something?
No, he didn't. He just did the oh yeah.
Didn't he used to hump things?
Oh yeah.
Didn't he used to hump everything?
Yeah. When he was younger.
Okay, we're not covering that, I see. Well, one person was... So have you seen this?
Nope.
Crazy Baltimore gas explosion destroys homes. One person was killed and 4 others seriously injured as a result of the blast. So, you know...
Doesn't sound like a blast to me.
So, Baltimore was like Beirut. You know, that's cool.
Yeah.
But, you know... Where's the attention on Baltimore? You know, they got the Ravens. They got some good up-and-coming artists coming out. Where's the attention? Nobody cares about Baltimore. So now they got this. Fuck me, man. Holy shit. No, there's probably no recordings of this one.
No.
If there is, they probably would be replaying it 20 times over. Wow.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So once I got to the alley, I could see the smoke, and I just took off, and a couple other neighbors joined with me, and I was just.
And like, you know, everybody just saw the Beirut explosion. Imagine you lived near here, you'd be like, "Holy fuck!"
What's running through your head, man?
Yeah. So we just started digging in, moving bricks. I mean, everything, all kinds of debris, like parts of a fence. Like we wasn't even thinking. Like you just, you know, you can hear gas like shh in the background. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
That is fucking crazy. But yeah, so oh shit.
Oh, what's going on here?
This is
They literally killed us.
This is just regarding the Beirut, but that's not really what we're covering. So yeah, just craziness going on right now in Baltimore. Not much else to say on Baltimore. I just wanted to cover that. This I think will be a more a little bit of a funnier topic. Aquarium is washing old wishes to pay bills during pandemic.
I mean, that's terrible. That's what it has to come to. But
it is, but at the same time, it's also funny because everybody knows nobody goes to the aquarium.
Yeah, and it's a waste of money anyway, throwing it in the water.
Yeah, count the pennies. How many pennies do we got? Fucking rent's coming up. That's hilarious. I'm surprised this isn't like a monthly thing, to be honest. But it is fun. Look
That's
at
terrible.
By the way, this guy's ass is thick as hell.
Yeah, I don't like the way he's bending.
He's sticking it out. He knows there's a camera out there. He's got a blubbergumptious ass. Anyway.
That's what he wished for.
Yeah. Yeah.
And ironically enough, now that's what I'm wishing for.
Yeah, he was rail thin before he dropped that quarter in there.
Yeah.
Anyway, for many businesses, the coronavirus pandemic has created a coin shortage. All the sheltering at home put a crimp in the normal circulation of pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters, and now some retailers are asking customers to pay with exact change. but a lack of coins is no problem with the North Carolina Aquarium at the Pine Knoll Shores. The aquarium, which is soon to enter its 6th month of mandated closure because of the coronavirus, has become...
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know, it's just like all these places are like...
It's ridiculous, like, the places that they are opening and then they aren't.
Yeah. Like, nothing's going to be able to stay open. Like, everything's going to go out of business.
Or like the swimming pools are opening near us.
Mm-hmm.
They're opening. You have to wear your mask up until you get into the pool, and then right before you get in the pool, you have to take your mask off.
It's like, what the fuck is the point? You're getting in a fucking pool of coronavirus at that point. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's just like putting a Band-Aid on a fucking severed arm. It doesn't fucking... You're diving into fucking bodily fluids of all these other people. Oh my god. Whatever. I'm not going fucking public swimming anytime soon.
I mean, I don't know the last time I went. That's disgusting.
Yeah, fuck that. But yeah, I think it's just fucking hilarious watching these guys counting quarters and shit.
It's funny, but it's just sad too.
It is sad, but it is funny.
What's that German word? Schadenfreude or something?
I guess so.
The happiness in seeing someone else kind of like get hurt or fail or.
Of course, that's a German word.
Yeah.
It has to be a German word.
They got a lot of good words.
Yeah, it's definitely the Schadenfreude effect, probably. All right.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, I don't know if that's what it is though.
Yeah, something like that. Well, let's get into the cyber psychos. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Come along with us. Okay, well, Schadenfreude and that. No longer onto that. We're on to cyber psychos. Let us begin. I love seeing the lovely Reverend Applegate or Applewhite, whatever his name is, the cult leader. We're back.
Nothing like a good cult.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, you're right. You know, religion is a lot like, I mean, that's pretty much identical to a cult. That's kind of what I was getting at, but I guess I got to it.
Men are facing charges after being seen near Cherry Beach, bloodied and carrying chainsaws.
The two men
That's
reportedly
insane.
menacing
Yeah,
passers-by
I thought it
were
was pretty
being
insane.
confronted by police. Some of the video in this story is disturbing. CTV Sean Leithong is live.
Disturbing. I saw this whole thing. I don't remember seeing anything disturbing.
Well, I mean, also, I feel like we're a bit, kind of numb to that kind of thing. I mean, some, like, middle-aged suburban mom would probably find it disturbing.
Yeah, probably. I would agree with that. I could definitely see that. I thought this guy's name was Sean Leatherthong. I thought that's what his name was at first, and then I was like, "Whoa, oh, nah."
That's what his name is to me. Though.
Yeah, Sean Leatherthong for CTV News.
10 a.m. when a group of two men were emerging from the trees to my right and
He looks like the type of dude to rock a leather thong.
He does.
Some managed to pull out their phones and video the incident.
Oh my god!
Of the beach, revving chainsaws.
What? Wait, what? What were you saying?
I don't like that he said they videoed the incident instead of recorded the incident.
Yeah, he's clearly a twat.
Yeah.
Speaking of twats, what was that?
Donovan just came in, looked out the window.
It
sucks. It sucks. I don't like the locks are useless. Yeah, but that'd be terrifying.
Yeah, that would be. Look at this. This looks like a Vato, but it's in Canada. I'm pretty sure.
I remember the one time a guy that my dad knows.
Yeah.
Dropped a chainsaw on his foot and it cut his toe off.
Oh my god.
And we gave him a ride and he got in the car and that scared me.
I bet. Fuck. There's a guy like screaming about his missing toe. Did he have?
He wasn't. No, that's what was sketchy about it.
Wow.
He was like the calmest I've ever seen someone.
Did he have his toe with him?
It was like hanging on.
Oh my god, you saw?
Yeah.
Oh my. Wow. Well, that's pretty fucked up, Cass, right there. That's pretty fucked right up. Yeah, well, he's probably on drugs too if he's not reacting. Just like these guys are clearly on drugs.
And shouting towards a crowd.
So we were just teaching a lesson. I saw it happen.
That'd be okay. Imagine you're a kid, learning a lesson.
That'd be terrifying.
That'd be the fucking. What, like, would there be anything remotely like that? Like,
I don't know.
Like, what lesson are you even learning on the beach, first of all?
And see how it develops, and luckily it diffused.
See how it. Oh my god. Okay, and how do you feel when your person giving you a lesson? Fucking okay, it isn't
like,
children. It's
wait,
like
it's like wait. Let's see how this plays out.
Yeah, let's see how this develops. I'd be.
It's like an active shooter comes into the school, and you're like, wait, oh, that might not be what he's doing.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, there's plenty of reasons why he might have brought an SMG into the school.
Oh wait, let's see if he goes into the special classes and see what happens, and then we'll find out. We'll see if we really need to call the cops or not.
No one could have predicted that he was gonna shoot up the school when he came in with the gun.
Yeah, I couldn't see it. I couldn't, especially with the way people are nowadays. That doesn't happen ever.
It's like that.
So uncommon.
It's like that one Onion article. Flood of small town will be inevitable. So they're mourning the people who are just chilling where it's gonna flood.
I'm not more like if you know it's gonna flood and you're not fucking moving, I'm not mourning you. I have family who had to evacuate because of a flood and they got the fuck out. They understood.
Yeah.
But this clearly isn't a children's lesson, I guess. It's some kind of boating lesson. But this is like some old man and some other old man, and they just see these two fucking guys with chainsaws walking up.
10 a.m. near the windsurfing club at the east end of Cherry Beach.
And they're clearly on crack or meth or something.
We're learning to windsurf.
At least speed.
As seen on this video provided by CP24, both are cut and bleeding.
And so a bunch of people ran past, and so we saw a bunch of guys coming, so we just...
I also like how the guy is holding a chainsaw, but he gets all up in the guy's face and he just drops the chainsaw.
As seen on this video provided by CP24, both are cut and bleeding.
And so a bunch of people ran past, and so we saw a bunch of guys coming, so we just all went inside.
This also could have been on Canadian shit, but I thought this was better for cyber psychos because it just makes a little more sense.
Apparently, two individuals became involved in some kind of a fight or an altercation. They actually left that scene, and they returned a short time later with the chainsaws.
Officers responded quickly, and with weapons drawn, they instructed the two men to get on the ground. The men were then handcuffed and taken into custody. Police confirmed that the two are facing charges.
Were they told to kneel right next to each other, like holding shoulder to shoulder? Like what? Very strange little story there. But, yeah. We're going to move on to our next story, but I believe Cash has just got pulled away. So until we do that, we're going to cover one of our favorite topics to cover. Satanic pedophile rings of the Illuminati and such. Fucking...
Are some of the most
I'll cover that for now anyway until he gets back. We'll see the reincarnation that is this.
important TV and film executives in the world, people from every background, but they all have one thing in common. They're all terrified of Ronan Farrow. He's coming for you. He's coming for you. Look, talking of all you perverts, it was a big year. It was a big year for paedophile movies.
Hello?
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 Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I couldn't hear you.
Oh, you couldn't hear me?
No, I got worried that something happened.
No, we're good. Something did happen. I couldn't hear you for a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought you
Yeah,
left.
I couldn't hear you after, like, in the middle of that video.
Oh, okay. I was like, huh. Weird. I thought you left because Donovan came back in the room or something. But, alright. Well, we are back.
Man,
yes.
that was I loved that segment.
What?
Ricky Gervais segment.
Yeah.
In that, I loved it. It was so amazing.
This right here?
Yeah, I loved it.
I never seen it.
Oh, it's fantastic, man.
What is it on?
He's pretty much just talking about Epstein and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
I haven't seen it. If he doesn't play the full thing, I'll watch it. But this is You Can't Handle the Truth. We've covered him before, so we'll see if we can handle the truth or not.
Leaving R. Kelly, leaving Neverland, two popes. Shut up. Shut up. I don't care.
most people don't want to cross the psychological line that this stuff is going on. And we all have a mental defense mechanism. It's like finally admitting there's an elite pedophile ring. I mean, most people just don't want to go there. And the same is here. Psychologically, you lose your safety, your security, and whatever innocence you have when you realize that this stuff is really going on. And it's a chore to cross over that barrier and realize, oh my gosh.
The proof of an elite pedophile ring would be the fact that Jeff Epstein is an elite, and he definitely was a pedophile, and he probably had a ring of friends doing it with him. That would be,
Definitely.
That would be your proof. That would be where that's all you really got to say.
The proof that he's using is pretty much just cognitive dissonance, but I mean, that's not proof of anything.
No.
And that they just refuse to see it when it's right in front of them.
When Kevin said there's
You know, that's like the same. That's the same proof people use to say like, oh, the Earth's flat. It's just people don't want to accept it. They see it all around them.
Yeah, it's like no.
I mean, sure, that lends itself to it, but that in itself isn't proof of anything.
No.
I'm thinking to myself, this is a hard thing for me to come to terms with. Now, it made me start thinking about conversations and things I'd heard, but I never saw it. It's not out in the open. And to me, I was like, no one could do that. Because, I mean, if I saw someone hurting a kid, I would kill them.
What?
I would never allow.
Okay, just because you're ready to fucking kill somebody for hurting a child doesn't mean that it doesn't happen. What?
Yeah, I mean.
And that doesn't mean that doesn't mean everybody thinks that way either.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of like murder or cannibalism, but Jeffrey Dahmer was still a thing.
I think both are pretty awesome, but I wouldn't do either.
We're saying were things that were hard for me to cross the barrier. I did not want to believe it.
Especially cannibalism.
Didn't want to go there. But as I went down this journey, I forced myself to go consider, what if this is real? And the only person that was talking about this stuff was a girl named Liz Crokin. And the media had declared her completely out of her mind. But as I started researching some of the things she was reporting on, I was like, there's truth to what she's saying.
Okay, so you're an insider because you're a Hollywood stuntman, but the only evidence you have is from someone who was never in Hollywood.
Yeah.
What?
That's like if in the Matrix, Morpheus came up to Neo and he was like, "Oh, this is all a simulation," but then never offered him the pills.
Yeah, pretty much. Fine.
And then the whole trilogy went along like that, with like, you're just like, is it?
He's just like, well, this is clearly a simulation. My life still is fucking boring.
Political science and journalism. One semester, I interned for Bill O'Reilly at Fox News Channel.
Okay, that's not a good sign.
In college,
No.
I interned for the State Department's White House reporter, and
it's a better
that
sign, but not a
placed
great
me
sign.
Reporting in the White House every single day for a few months.
There it is. I was waiting for George Bush.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly don't think that working for the White House is that fucking high of an esteem. People who are fucking born rich get to fucking do shit like that. I'm not saying she was. She might not have been, but these people with connections always fucking grow up to fucking have positions of power, and people fucking like this who are idiot conspiracy nuts fucking just are able to get there. Like, I don't think it takes a great, like, I'm sure it is difficult enough to get into the White House, but I don't think it takes a genius to be in the White House. That's the difference. Yeah, it might be hard to be in the White House, but that doesn't mean you're actually, you know, what's the word? Credible to be there. Like, Trump, exactly, is the most obvious and recent
Betsy DeVos.
Yeah, just like tons. There's like pretty much everybody in a position of political power right now. Like, I pretty much hate all politicians. There's almost none I actually enjoy. It's like, even like I was a fan of Bernie for a short period, and then I was just like, wow, you're spineless. Like, just fuck.
Yeah.
It's just none I have any real respect for now. Like, there's very few.
He gave up too quick every time.
Yeah, and just like had no teeth. Never like said this guy is gonna fucking lose it for us. Which at this point, there was no way he, like, all Bernie had to do was say he was better than Biden. That's all he had to do.
Yeah, which he was.
Which he was. That's all he had to do. Because if he waited, they would have taken whoever. It doesn't matter. You don't got to say who's more electable. Because Trump is losing no matter what now. Nobody is... Like, Trump is not going to win. I don't care. Trump is not going to fucking win. And
Well, I mean, that's what people
like,
that's what people said 2016 too, though.
Yeah, but it was a much closer race. It was actually close before.
I think...
it was actually close.
I mean, I don't think either of them are good for the job at all.
No, yeah, I agree with that too.
But I think that if one of them are gonna get in, Biden's gonna be the more entertaining one.
I don't know about that. No.
But just because Trump's stuff is just after 4 years, it's just gotten stale to
They're
me.
just gonna hide Biden until he like steps down or dies.
Yeah, he's just gonna come out to make an announcement every.
Yeah, basically, he's just gonna
every like couple months.
They're just gonna shove him in the closet, and basically, he's gonna be like the most puppet president that ever existed, pretty much. Like,
yeah,
wow.
I think
there's like really, I don't know if there's gonna be a president that's like more of a puppet than Joe Biden clearly already is. Like, can you think of one?
No.
Like, I don't think. Like, maybe
well,
Trump is clearly a puppet, but
I don't know about like a puppet, but I remember in World War I we had a prime minister.
Okay.
That asked it like would get advice from his dog.
Oh yeah, that was I forget his name.
He'd get I don't remember his name. But he'd get like advice from his dog and
was it Mackenzie King?
Psychics all the time. Maybe.
Mackenzie King was actually really good though.
I remember.
It might still be him, but yeah, that was pretty stupid.
That he was like, it came out that he'd ask his dog something, and then if he like put his paw on one thing, he'd do that. If he put his paw on another thing, he'd do that.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, but this is really the people we need to be making fucking life, like, saving or ending decisions. Like, no. And now fucking people like that have the fucking power to just like nuke people and fucking repeatedly bomb people. It's just it's great.
Worked for the Chicago Tribune.
Absolutely
and my
fantastic.
First boss there told me that everything that I should get should be checked over and over and over again and verified to death.
I love how this guy has literally like a full YouTube screen he could be using, and his video is this fucking chocolate bar. This fucking chocolate.
Yeah, it was Mackenzie.
Yeah, okay, I thought so. But look at this. Look how small of the fucking the video
Yeah, I know.
he's even using.
It's because it was.
All
It's because
this
he had it on
blackness.
Instagram.
Yeah, it's just like.
That's how I was trained.
Still.
And that's what a true, honest journalist does. I started.
She's slurring her words.
She's drunk as fuck. You want me to take her words?
That's what a true, honest journalist does.
For 7 years, where I
We
interviewed
speak the
tons
truth.
of celebrities and politicians and musicians, and worked at Us Weekly, and then at one point I worked at In Touch Weekly magazine. But then in 2015, I felt the need to get back into.
So you got bounced around from job to job because
I feel like that happens with a lot.
You couldn't stay.
People though.
Maybe, but she went from Us to In Touch. I know lots of people just stay where they are. Like, I'm sure they have, like, you know, if there's a journalist who's good at their job, who they trust, they want to keep them.
Yeah.
So.
To covering hard news.
Unless I'm missing something, I feel like she must not be that good.
I'm bad at my job, so there must be a pedophile ring.
Yeah.
And in early 2016, I started working for.
And none of those places were like super, like, they're all like tabloid magazine, not tabloid, but like, not tabloid, but like just like celebrity gossip bullshit or like not important shit. Us Weekly, like I don't read it often at all, actually. Let me make that clear. I don't read any of these stupid magazines. I don't think anybody does anymore, but yeah, I don't imagine it's very pressing issues either. Maybe it was pedophile rings and that shit, man. Maybe I should have been.
Town Hall, and then eventually I started working for the New York Observer and broke a lot of election-related stories. I worked in media for over 2 decades, and I never had any issues. I was very well respected. I basically was embraced by the mainstream media until I started reporting on Pizzagate.
Pizzagate. Oh.
Oh God, here we go.
Pizzagate.
Now, when
Fact or
Pizzagate
fiction?
came out, the media tried to turn Pizzagate into something that wasn't.
Surprises of the presidential campaign was the explosion of fake news on the internet.
Da da da. Oh.
Popular family pizza.
Da da.
Police say Welch fired at least one round into the restaurant floor with an AR-15 rifle like this one on his Facebook page. No one was injured.
Someone on Twitter, whose name remains unverified but has several thousand followers, posted that new emails found on Anthony Weiner's computer confirmed that Hillary Clinton was involved in a pedophilia ring.
Wiener.
The rumor spread, inspiring some newfound internet sleuths to start digging around in John Podesta's hacked emails, searching for proof and location of the so-called sex ring.
In those
Pizzagate,
emails,
man.
they are absolutely littered.
It's so funny.
Code words.
I seen
And many of these code words are food.
I seen a video of someone using proof of why she about Pizzagate was because in a video Hillary Clinton was like, "Man, I just love pizza." It's like I'm pretty sure like everybody has said that. I can barely think of one person who's like, "Man, you know what? I'm not a fan of pizza."
People who actually don't like pizza, but that's pretty fucking rare.
Yeah.
Most people like pizza, have an appreciation at least, but
I mean, it's such a broad food.
it's so universally loved. Like you hand that to pretty much someone who's never seen pizza before, and
Yeah.
they're gonna like it. They're
Well, I
gonna
think
be a fan.
It's saying something like, "Oh, I don't like bread," but bread, there's so many different types of bread that it's such a blanket term.
Sorry,
So,
most people
just-
aren't gonna understand why I'm laughing, but go ahead.
Just because, like, pizza is like, there's pepperoni pizza, cheese pizza, you can get different types of base sauces,
I do know.
It's not a single food, it's like a genre.
Yeah, it's true. You could get so much different flavor. You could really get whatever you want. Some people are gonna like pizza, but like pedophiles definitely do use like this code word and shit. I
Yeah,
don't
but
think-
whenever it's something so broadly used that you can't use that as proof.
Yeah, and you can't say that it is fucking Hillary Clinton is just dropping hints that she's a pedophile on interviews.
Yeah.
I don't think she's actually
Somebody said
related.
to me, "Hey Dave, search for pizza in Podesta's emails." And once you go down that rabbit hole, you never really emerge the same person.
It was obvious from the get-go that these words were code words for something else because the context that they were used in did not make sense.
To be clear, not one single email in the Podesta emails discusses child sex trafficking or pedophilia. That is a fact. But there are dozens of what seem to be strangely worded emails dealing with pizza and handkerchiefs. Investigators say that those words in the emails about pizza and the talk of handkerchiefs is code language used by pedophiles.
There is some kind of code language. They're just not talking about pizza, folks. Who phrases that? Who blocks out an hour of time to eat a slice of pizza?
You can get a service for a half an hour, you can get a massage for a half an hour, but you can't get food for half an hour. It just absolutely makes no sense.
There's other ones like, the realtor found a handkerchief. I think it has a map that seems pizza related. And another one is, Obama spent $65,000 flying in pizza and hot dogs from Chicago. Are we using the same channels?
Pizza
Okay, yeah, that that sounds suspicious.
Yeah, I would agree that pretty much all of that sounds suspicious if that's true.
But again, I don't think you can then logically make the jump to pedophile.
Yeah, it could also just be other. Yes, correct. It could be other fucking code words, definitely. But I could see, I can understand. But
I think it's quite a jump to make.
I'm pretty much, I'm sure fucking pizza or whatever, I've heard that is like fucking code word for that shit, but fucking, and Hillary Clinton is also related to Bill Clinton, who is related to Jeffrey Epstein, so that's what it should be bringing up. But there's like very like minute things that could lead one to believe this, so I would say there's more what's the word, not actual evidence, but kind of like circumstantial evidence that kind of
Yeah.
I could understand someone believing in, but I don't think there's enough evidence to really be like, oh, these guys are blah, blah, blah. You can't prove it, and you need like a little more. You could have a suspicion. I could understand that. I wouldn't say this is one of the worst conspiracies I've ever seen when it comes to validity, but still, you need more than just these emails. So, I have something I can't wait to cover. I'm excited. We're gonna get the rap styles of fucking Monotonio up in this bitch. Call him FBG Duck. Oh, I'm not upset about this though. I am upset. This was not what I was happy about. FBG Duck brought a street fight between the have-nots into the turf controlled by the haves. So, FBG Duck is a famous rapper, drill rapper from Chicago. I'm a fan. I like some of his music. And he recently got killed. And yeah, we're going to explain kind of the reasons, but we're not going to go too much into this fucking, what's the word, article. But I need you to look up another thing on your computer. I know you have the one.
Yeah.
I need you to also look up 600 Breezy diss track lyrics. That's gonna be you're gonna be rapping too. You're gonna have a little show today, Cash. I need a whole thing from you. I need it. I want to see it. I'm excited. And then once you find whatever the song's called, just look that up in Genius as well, because we're gonna get into why he was killed.
Okay, I got it.
You got it? Alright. So, I'll find a picture of him, because we're not really going to use the article. Oh, I mean, actually, we will real quick. Two opposite happened. He was killed, I believe, in Gold Coast of Chicago, something like that. Was something called like that. Broad daylight on Oak Street, the home exclusive stores like Prada, Christian Louboutin, and Dolce & Gabbana revealed a shocking subculture of violence in our city. Whoa, shocking. Yeah, very shocking. But they perform under names like Little Durk, King Von, and Mimo 600. His performance name is FPG Duck. He was part of Flyboy Gang, adversary of acclaimed rapper Chief Keef. So yeah, basically he's part of all this like gang violence that goes on. So I'd like you to sing along and kind of explain to the people why. All you gotta do is sing the lyrics, and they'll understand why this kind of happened.
For the first one?
Yeah, for the first one, for Dead Bitches. Let's go to...
What's the song called?
Dead Bitches by FBG Duck.
Oh, well, I'm on the wrong song.
It's quite disrespectful. You could also go to one called Exposing Me. That one is also, but the one that we really need is Dead Bitches.
The one that's popping up when I search it up is Let's Talk.
Well, we're not going to that one.
Okay, so I'm gonna... You gotta give me a second then.
All good. Here, you know what? I'll pull it up for you.
I got it.
You got it? Okay. All right. Let us hear the wonderful dulcet tones of your voice, Cash. Yeah.
Choo choo. Hey Yash, let me hit that weed, bruh.
Yeah.
I see.
I see.
If we ever set it up in that, I swear to God, we mean it. We already in hell, man. Since 12, we've been demons. Ever since I signed the deal, all these people, boy, you ain't gonna squeeze it. You around for no reason.
Yeah.
Huh?
Huh?
Boy, what block you from? Let us know so we can spin it. Made Chicago Legends crap. That was just about business.
Yeah.
Said I was gonna diss the dead, and okay, I did it.
Yeah.
But man,
here it is.
Screw T-Roy and OD. Screw them dead people.
Oh, I forgot you don't swear.
Well, I mean, regardless, it'd be better for monetization.
It's true. All right, continue. I'll post them up here so they can read them themselves. But this is kind of explaining why the things he's saying is kind of what got him killed.
Y'all heard about J Money? Yeah. Man's getting dead the same way. Man, don't play with gang. You don't want to look broke in your gang. Wait, I know you heard about Lil Boo. Yeah. They left his crap by a tire. Bullets was hitting him. He was singing like Mariah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand it. Yeah, you heard about Sherroid? I know that hurt the heart. He probably walking listening to his iPod. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, you heard about Rose. Yeah, I heard about that too. But screw him, he's a pack too. If we ever said it's up at that, I swear to God, I mean it. We're already in hell since 12. We've been demons. Ever since I signed the deal, all these people on my penis. Boy, you ain't gonna squeeze it. You're around for no reason, huh?
Huh?
Boy, what block you from? Let us know so we can spin it. Made Chicago Legends crap. That way was just business. Said I wasn't gonna diss the dead. Okay, I did it. But man, screw T-Roy and OD. Them dead people.
Them dead bitches. Alright, wait. Before you continue, let's just hear a quick line. That was not the right line. Ah, that's too bad. I was really hoping we'd get the... Oh, here it is. Of course. Well, just... Yeah, well, he's very disrespectful about these dead people.
Yeah.
You know, why you gotta diss people who are already dead? That's the real thing. Alright, go ahead. Continue. I'm having a great time.
No, for real. Screw them people. All my OPPs are just...
Ops. Not OPPs.
I don't care. All my Ontario police, provincial police...
Are bitches.
Yeah.
I agree.
Heard him mention Brick. Name, no, he didn't. While bro was selling rock and blows, you were somewhere swimming. When Baldy got killed, they ain't stand no business.
Fuck 'em.
I got the D thing, grave and
take a piss on
took
that
a
shit.
pee on that crap.
Go to D-Thang grave and take a piss on that shit. Wow.
If Keita was alive, I'd make that pig suck my penis.
That pig
If I gotta pull a mission, swear to God I won't fail, but I can't let them see my face, cause they might tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the chorus again.
Yeah, so that's kind of why he got killed. That song came out and a month later he got shot, so don't talk bad about the dead. You want to sing the response song that came out after he died? No.
Is it called 6-0?
I'll find it. Vamp, Cash. Vamp it up.
I don't know what that means.
That means distract as I look this up.
Oh, so...
Oh.
How's everyone doing? So... Yeah.
You're bad at this.
Yeah, well, I panicked. I don't know what to say. I was gonna talk. So. This one time, my whole family were sitting in the living room, and then my dad comes out of nowhere and says, "You know what? If I was in the Twin Towers on 9/11,
oh my God,
what I would do is I would kill the people." And then skin them to make a squirrel suit to jump out the window and fly to safety.
How long do you think it takes to skin a person?
It's a significant amount of time, especially with a bunch of people standing around you looking in a horror.
as other shit's
especially
going
because
on.
it took like 30 minutes for the buildings to come down, right?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
He wanted, and then he was saying that he would resort to cannibalism too.
Yeah, it wasn't the issue wasn't that they were up for so long they couldn't get down.
No, it's 30 minutes. He's resorting to cannibalism. That's it.
My final meal. Fuck this vending machine bullshit. Like what? No. Oh wow. Well, I can't find it, so thank you for vamping with that. The Satanic Temple says pro-life laws violate freedom to perform religious rites of abortion. They say,
yep.
Okay. Earlier this year, Utah legislators passed a law that will ban all abortions. Well, that's terrible. With exceptions.
That's
only
awful.
If the mother's life is in danger or in cases of incest, only in the event of Roe v. Wade is overturned. Despite
so it's important to note that excludes rape.
Yeah. That means someone can get raped and they're going to be made to carry this baby no matter what. If you live in Utah, you're going to be forced, especially Utah, the place where, like, a bunch of weird sexual shit goes on because of the Mormons, right? Just, like, that's really what this fucking state needs is the inability to abort people. That's really what this overpopulated fucking world needs is the inability to abort rape babies that are unwanted and are going to be fucking treated like shit because they're not wanted, and they remind the fucking parent of a rapist. It's not needed. This is not a good thing. Not this right here, like...
Definitely not.
Yeah, this is not a good thing.
I have to go with the Satanist on this one.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Which I seem to be, been doing a lot.
Yeah, you do it a lot. Let's be honest.
I mean, like they got like at least from the things that are publicized, they got a lot of kind of good morals and
they got all the cool
rules
shit
that they
too.
live by. Yeah.
They got the cool shit, man. They got the fucking. Why is everything relating to heaven all white and cloudy? I guess all our show is all white and cloudy, but I mean, like, they got some. I guess we're gonna need some like red blood dripping, some fucking demons with horns and shit. Some like.
Well, I mean, out of all the depictions,
Yeah.
all of the depictions of like heaven and hell, in like I've ever seen, hell always looks so much cooler.
Yeah, heaven's just.
I've
literally
never
clouds.
seen like a depiction of heaven and been like, wow, that looks cool.
Yeah, that is paradise. That's where I want to go. It's like my heaven would probably look a lot like hell, except I wouldn't be in. I wouldn't be upset
Constant
about
torture.
it. Yeah, I'd be happy about it. Oh well, never gonna add either. Jane Essex, a reproductive rights spokesperson for TST, claimed that abortion is a ritual for members of the Satanic Temple, comparing killing a child to an abortion to partaking in communion. I mean, nothing. Yeah, I kind of.
Yeah.
It's kind of like. Yeah.
They lost me on that one.
Like, I'm kind of nihilistic, so I'm kind of like nothing matters at the end of the day. So.
Yeah.
But, what is your opinion on nihilism, Cash? Are you a nihilist? What's your nihilistic take on things? What are you?
I'm not sure. I think objectively nothing really matters, because for something to matter, then there would have to be some sort of grand purpose.
Yeah.
But I mean, subjectively, of course, things matter.
Yeah.
Things matter to me.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like
So I don't know if I would quite claim to be like a full-blown nihilist.
Yeah. Are you an existentialist, where you kind of like believe in like making your own meaning up, kind of thing?
Yeah, I like I say it a lot, but I like what Buddha says.
Yeah.
The meaning of life is to find the meaning.
Yeah, I would agree with that. That's what I've kind of figured for a while now, actually. For a few years, I've kind of agreed with that. Sorry. Yeah, so we'll watch a quick little video on this. 3 minutes. That'll be good. Abortion procedures. First trimester surgical abortion. Okay, so this is just to spook us. I guarantee you.
Yeah. I already know how they do it.
Do you?
I mean, they kind of suck out because it's really, really small at the beginning.
They shove a vacuum up the pussy.
Yeah. So they suck it out. But I mean, the argument about abortion is really more or less about whether or not we can qualify that as a person.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that. And at the end of the day, I don't care either way, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, I don't care. Like,
Well, I mean, I would say once it gets to a certain point.
Yeah. I don't care if you call it a person or not. I care if it's, what's the word? Cognitive. That's all I really care about. If they're, like, the brain is starting to be developed and it's actually starting to be not just a person, but like a fucking fully, like, an actually developed person. Because there's people who, as soon as the egg is is combined, they're like, that's a person.
It's fertilized, yeah.
And it's
Once
like, I don't care.
It's a person at conception.
Yeah, it's like, I don't care if it is or not. Go ahead.
I was just saying that I wouldn't say so because I mean a lot of these people that I've been seeing about that, right? It's things like I mean the most examples that I come up with that I see come up is things like veganism, right? Where a pig has more, like it can feel pain. It has more. It has more self-awareness than a zygote.
Yeah.
But we value that less. So then, how can we then say that life matters in the sense of abortion?
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, what I meant more by saying I don't care if it's a person or not. More, I mean like I don't care if you classify it as a person or not.
Yeah.
I only care once it actually is cognitive and can feel the pain. That is, let's see. I'm sure this is gonna be bullshit anyway. So.
Yeah. I like his last name.
Levitino? Yeah. It sounds like a Harry Potter spell.
It does.
Suction.
This is the most frequently performed abortion and is used typically from 5 to 13 weeks of pregnancy. After administering anesthesia,
What my mother should have gotten. I mean, just if she wanted to be successful.
using this screw on the side, allowing the abortion
All right.
to see the cervix, the entrance to the uterus.
I feel dirty.
The cervix acts as
I kind of feel dirty too.
the duration of pregnancy, protecting the baby until it is ready.
I'm glad.
The abortionist uses a series of metal rods called dilators, like these, which increase in thickness, and inserts them into the cervix to dilate it, gaining access to the inside of the uterus.
Oh my god.
The baby has a heartbeat.
That's gotta be the most comfortable shit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's gotta feel great.
The abortionist takes a suction catheter like this one. This is a 14 French suction catheter. It's clear plastic, about 9 inches long, and it has a hole through the center.
Make your cartoon look a little more like a baby.
Into the uterus. The suction machine.
Yeah, have it moving around.
A force 10 to 20 times more powerful than your household vacuum cleaner.
I hope it turns into like a super gory. Yeah, there it is.
Oh my god.
There it is.
Through this tubing down into the suction machine, followed by the placenta. Though the uterus is mostly
Leave the arm.
one of the risks
Yeah.
of suction DNC is incomplete abortion. Essentially, pieces of the baby or placenta left behind. This can lead to infection or bleeding. In an attempt to prevent this, the abortionist uses a curette to scrape a lining of the uterus. The curette is basically
Yeah.
a long-handled curved blade.
Yeah.
The uterus is empty, the speculum is removed, and the abortion is complete.
See, I think a big issue with this, right,
Yeah.
is that not only the imagery that they use, but the terms that they use, right?
Yeah.
Because these people who are claiming for, pro-choice, they don't. It's not a baby.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it's similar to like. I mean, it's a oversimplification, but like a scab or something.
Yeah.
It's not like a life to be valued. It's like an issue to be rid of.
Yeah. Exactly. They don't consider it a fucking life at that point. Not yet, anyway. It can lead to that, but also like the fact they had this little this baby who's like pretty much
fully formed baby,
fully developed baby who's just like moving its arms around and like gaga goo goo gaga, and fucking head gets ripped off first and shit. It's like Jesus Christ.
I also like the biggest what a lot of people say. They're always like, oh, it could be the next Albert Einstein. It could be the next Stalin.
Yeah, fuck. It could be the next Hitler.
Who's to say which is more likely?
If it's my kid,
can't base it.
like if it's my kid, I guarantee it's not going to be the next Einstein. It's closer to be probably the next serial killer or some fucking weirdo or something.
Yeah.
Like I doubt it's going to be the next Einstein. I appreciate you having so much belief in me personally as a being, that my offspring, but no.
Death.
Death. You'll die.
Yeah. See, I think the way I think of abortion is I think that should be admissible as like kind of a last option, right? Because you see these people who like they just have sex unprotected with no kind of no kind of protection, and then they just kind of abort the baby.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the point where like they have the Plan C, Plan B pill, they have condoms, spermicidal gel, IEDs, all that kind of stuff. It's it's dangerous, but it's also like
Yeah.
that's your last line of defense.
If you have to get, I'm just saying this now, if you have to get more than one abortion, you're probably a fucking retard. And I'm sorry if that offends people, but it really is true. Unless you're in a state where it's very difficult to get things like that. But in like where we're from, all of those things you just listed off is very easy, sometimes free to get.
Exactly.
So the idea that people can't get it, especially around here, I know people who've gotten like I know, like, not personally, but I know people who knows people who've gotten like 4 or 5 abortions, and it's just like, you're a retard. Put a fucking condom on.
Yeah.
I
mean, like,
make the dude
I
put
would
a condom
say
on. Take a Plan B. Sorry.
It's an elective surgery. In most cases, if it's not life threatening, but at a point where after like 1 or 2 abortions, it starts to get like the probability of death is only going to increase from there.
Yeah.
So at the point where it's more likely than not that the mother's going to come out dead, then I would say, they could be like, you know what? Let's kind of not do this.
Yeah, but even then, the odds of death are incredibly low, generally.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, these people who just get it over and over and over again.
Unless you're talking about the baby, in which case the odds of death are incredibly high.
In the early part of my career as an OBGYN, I performed over 1,200 abortions. One day,
I loved it.
one of those abortions, I looked at the remains of a preborn child whose life I had ended, and all I could see was someone's son or daughter. I came to realize that killing a baby at any stage of pregnancy for any reason is wrong. I want you to know today...
You are full of shit, and I fucking highly doubt.
Took them forever.
Yeah, I doubt that's true. I highly doubt.
It's like Hitler being like, man, after I killed 2.3 million Jews, I just looked down at the ash and I was like, you know what? Something about this don't feel right.
Yeah, also. To that, when you've done it so much. Like, I feel like someone who honestly feels the way he's describing would blow their brains out if they like suddenly had the turn of heart.
1,200 people.
Yeah, just be like, okay, well, either put me in prison or kill me because I can't continue living. Like, but he's just like, yeah, well, that's really fucked up. I'm not gonna do that anymore. It's like, wow, I don't know, fucked up to me, but. But I guess he thinks the fact that I don't think killing babies is fucked up to him, so it'll be fair. Go ahead.
Also, what I don't like is like the way they're making it sound so barbaric.
Yeah.
You can describe any surgery and it'll sound like that. Like liposuction where they like remove fat from your body and they suck it out.
Yeah, just like this.
If you had like an in-depth description of that'd sound equally barbaric.
Oh my god.
Make a decision today to protect the people. Thank you for your time.
Well, thank you for your service,
When you finally figure out that killing a baby that big for money is wrong, but it doesn't take you too long to figure out it doesn't matter if the baby is this big or this big or this big or maybe even this big, it's all the same. And I haven't done any since then and I never will.
Well, I mean, by that logic, it's like, what about sperm?
Yeah, exactly. What about all the sperm? Do we have to save every sperm that doesn't get in an egg?
Exactly. I mean, that's like, if you can scale it like that.
Should we be caning the people who jerk off? Should we take a fucking cane and just like leave welts on their back? No, that needs to be like, you cannot have sexual release unless it ends in you raising a fucking child for 18 years.
Yeah.
It is impossible, and just fucking smashes him on the hands. Like, no. It's fucking ridiculous. But there's standards. They have hypocritical standards that they can only go so far. This went super fucking viral. You saw this, I'm sure?
I haven't.
You haven't?
No.
That's amazing. A second, I'm gonna try to up this quality.
I don't know, but I love her dress.
Do you?
That's a nice dress.
It's a nice dress. Do you know what's about to happen?
Yeah, no, it's the
Oh,
explosion.
okay, all right. Allahu Akbar.
Jesus.
Yeah. Suddenly it's Silent Hill up in this bitch. Isn't that fucking crazy?
That's insane.
And it was a great timing too, right? As soon as he got to the ankles. Let's get another quick right here. Whoa!
That doesn't seem real.
I know, it seems like a fucking... I know, it's amazing. And then instantly World War Z or some shit, like fucking... Suddenly looks like at least they went back in time to like Victorian England, because all those movies are filmed with that
grainy.
filter. Yeah.
For all the things you need at Run
No! Nothing! I don't need nothing from you, sir. Anyway. Yeah, I just wanted to get that. So what is this? Who's this? What is this?
That's George Soros.
Well, I know this is George Soros, but I mean, what's the video about?
It's saying that pretty much the great cabal is trying to cancel Donald Trump because he's the next JFK trying to change the world.
Alright, well, we'll cover this. We have this video. We're not going to cover this for too long, and then we have another video, and then we'll be done. So let's cover this. And I'm going to move this up because it's at 25 minutes.
A danger to the world that will disappear in 2020.
What if I told you that Bill Gates, Greta Thunberg, Al Gore, George Soros, Prince Charles, and Cardinal Turkson were meeting in the mountains to plot a global new order to be established on the back of the COVID pandemic?
I told you you're
An
fucking
outrageous
crazy.
news? Or is it absolutely true?
Why would they
Donald
want
Trump,
to
the Davos
get
connection.
like a 14-year-old girl with Asperger's?
Yeah, that's
to
fucking ridiculous.
dominate the world?
Literally, as soon as you say Greta Thunberg, you look like a fucking retard.
Yeah.
There's no chance in
Like-
hell. Go ahead.
She's like one of the last people that I would ever consider.
Yeah.
If I wanted to get
Looks-
total world domination.
Yeah, like she's
I'd
like
like-
super liberal too. She's like super leftist. Like I'm pretty sure she's not into like a secret cabal.
Tonight.
Like,
Yep.
and not that leftists can't be authoritarian or anything, but she's super concerned with like hippie. Like she's a hippie. She's a fucking
Yeah.
hippie. That's what I mean by that. She's a fucking hippie. She's not gonna be into dominating the world through corporations and shit. She's just concerned with fucking greenhouse gases.
Yeah.
Oh
Ladies
yeah!
and gentlemen, Michael Matt coming to you once again from the offices.
I
of
love
the
this guy's voice.
Here's something you're not apt to hear on mainstream media. Of the 18 million people in the world who've been infected with the coronavirus, 10.6 million have recovered. This is according to the latest figures from Johns Hopkins University. In other words, the vast majority of COVID patients fully recover. Now, this doesn't even factor in the millions who've contracted it, recovered, and didn't even know they had it. Friends, we need to have a talk.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be really clear right from the outset. COVID-19.
I'm pretty sure people are aware of that. They're just not concerned
Yeah.
about the people getting better. They're concerned about the people who are not getting better and the shit's still spreading.
Yeah, like how
It is
many
not a
people
hoax, okay?
have to die? Like how many people is it okay to die?
Yeah. That's really what it is, what it comes
And
down
how many?
to.
At what point are you like, you know what? Too many people have died.
And the reality is, if everybody needs to get, because a lot of people say everybody needs to get it, if that's the plan, then that needs to be the plan. But the realities are the fucking owners of the country, the people who run everything and control everything, they need to make a fucking decisive, cohesive plan on what they want. Either just say fuck it
Yeah.
and let half the fucking country die from it, because that's what you think is going to happen, or if it's preventable, try to prevent it, but you need to make a fucking decision, because a lot of these places are just like, they're stepping forward, and they're like, oh shit, tons of people are dying, and they stop, and then they go forward, and everything's still, and they like just stop
Yeah.
where they are, and shit doesn't get better. It's like there's so many half measures on both sides. It's so fucking ridiculous. I just want to see a full measure when it comes to this. Like when it comes to Canada, we had a plan and it worked out pretty well for the most part.
Yeah, well, I mean, like and then especially with things like that, like the remission rates and the recovery rates of most cancers is obscenely high.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean we shouldn't be worried about cancer.
Yeah, exactly. Like it doesn't matter how many people.
They still say don't smoke and
Yeah.
don't go into an active reactor.
Yeah, exactly. But
Worldwide, over 650,000 people, mostly elderly, have succumbed to it. This is not a hoax. Even with skewed death reporting, which we know is going on all over the place, this is a very serious virus. But so was the H1N1, the swine flu of 2009, which claimed the lives of 500,000 people. So was the Hong Kong flu of 1968, which claimed the lives of up to 4 million people. Flu is a nasty business. Now, do you remember these previous epidemics, pandemics?
Yeah, I remember swine flu not being nearly fucking even close to remotely as bad as the fucking COVID. And
Well, I mean, I think a big issue with COVID is not necessarily its lethality. It's so viral.
yeah, it's so easy to spread. That's what it is. It's not that. It's the most deadly ever, which it could be if there was no precautions taken.
You know, even if it has like a 1% death rate, you know, even if it has like a 0.01% death rate, right?
Yeah. Like.
And there's 7 billion people on the earth.
Yeah, it's like there's gonna be like millions of people who die from it. So.
That's 700,000 dead, and I mean, the fact that, like I said, it's so many. You can get it just so easily.
Yeah, exactly. And he's right. Lots of people can get it and not even know, which is not a good thing. That's not a good thing.
It's probably not. Why? Because the media didn't freak us out over those. The country wasn't shut down. Healthy people were not quarantined. Schools weren't closed. Church services weren't canceled. Why not? Because COVID is a thoroughly politicized virus. And we're getting conflicting recommendations from the experts that get just a little more absurd every week.
Doctor, your colleague, Dr. Fauci, has suggested recently that goggles would work even better, or in addition to. You're talking about masks. People have come around to the reality of that. Are we going to look at more demands based on what Dr. Fauci has said?
Goggles?
Yeah. Well, because it can like attach itself to the saliva and the moisture in your eye, and you can contract it. But I don't think anyone's really considering having us go out in complete like SWAT gear.
Well, nobody's going out in Fallout 4 apocalypse.
They're saying
gear.
like you have to wear a mask if you want to wear goggles. It'll be better. But
yeah, that's an option for people.
Well, I've seen really great face shields, and I've seen them around the country. You know, I've been out to 14 states.
Yeah, or just get a face shield.
Yeah.
The administration sent me out, and I've gotten to see a lot of exciting face masks out there, and face masks that come from the bottom up, and I think that's really, the American people are innovative. Those are actually pretty easy and straightforward to make. Many universities and those who have printers are making face shields now, so these 3D printers can really increase that production, and I think others are making them, and they can be decorated.
So, Dr. Well, no one's really interested in
They can be decorated. That was stupid. But Fox gets these fucking retards who like don't know how to answer questions on their show, and they get like plants who are meant to give bad answers too. I've seen a couple.
Yeah.
Were you gonna say something?
I was just gonna say it's just kind of like the way CNN and then the left news they always interview the dumbest Trump supporters they can find.
Yeah, exactly. It's always the worst.
I know whether face shields or goggles is something we're going to hear next.
This isn't even funny. I'm so glad to see the guys from Fox over there are openly mocking this woman. I mean, people are losing their jobs. They're losing their homes. They're losing their mental health over this.
They're losing their lives.
They can't go to church. And this delusional woman with the scarf.
They can't go to church, Cash. What the fuck?
Well, I mean, in the Bible, you're not supposed to have any kind of icons and
this is day 170,
lavish
I think,
places of worship anyway.
Yeah, but church though, where are you supposed to read the church? Read the book.
Yeah, I know, but
Bible,
I mean,
not
the whole point of God is supposed to be that anywhere could be the house of worship.
Yeah, well, it's actually supposed to be the church though. It's like the community center for Christians. You know, it's just where you go and do Christian things. And the one really loud douchebag is just, you know, happens to be called the priest.
Fred, Dr. Burks, do you have any idea of what the hell you're talking about? Because it changes all the time. No wonder nobody takes these people seriously anymore. And so here's the thing, friends. We need to get...
Not like fucking Michael J. Matt. His last name is Matt.
Very serious about it. We can have a serious conversation about it. Here at The Remnant, we've been saying since March, since the outset of this
thing. He has a serial killer name. He has 3 first names.
I know some of you have lost loved ones or friends or whatever from the virus. I've known quite a few folks now who've gotten it. I don't know anyone.
All you guys have lost loved ones or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, your wives and children are dying, or you know, whatever.
Our town only got like 10 people who got fucking the virus.
Yeah, but there was a breakout on the reservation.
Oh shit! But
Yeah.
fucking, there was a guy at the bar who was talking to a family member of mine who works at the hospital, and they're like, "Do you know anybody who actually got the virus?"
Well, I mean, we're in a small town.
Yeah, well, that's what I was just saying. Like, they said only 10 people in town got the virus. So that means, no. Like, if only 10 people in town got it, and this is a big enough town, there's not everybody's going to know someone who got it. But, that's not, like, either way, like, if you properly paid attention, and you weren't, like, he acts because it's just ripping through New York and all these places. Everybody here should be dying too. It's like, no, if it was like that, the way you're imagining it, it would be game over already, and everybody would be dead. Like,
yeah, and the reason it's getting so bad in places like New York is because of that, like that Christian get together we were just looking at.
Yeah, it's like
nobody's obeying these rules that they put in place to prevent it.
It's just like all these bumpkins don't fucking believe it till it's way too late, and they're like, "Oh my god, every single member in my family done has it." And it's like, yeah, it's like, and I'm not trying to be like elitist. I have like a lot of people in my family are like that. It's just,
but it was never the virus that's the problem. It's
very
the political
aggravating.
exploitation of the pandemic.
It's not real till it affects them.
That really must give all of us now serious cause for concern about the future. They're not playing games here. This isn't going anywhere. This isn't going away. And don't take my word for it. I wouldn't expect you to do that anyway. Let's talk about Davos, Switzerland. Here's where the leaders of the world are admitting exactly what I'm saying, that this is a Trojan horse.
Let's go.
Now in Davos, they call it the Great Reset. And it's scheduled now to kick off in January 2021. And if you want to know what's really going on here, if you want to know why the schools are probably, many of them are not going to open in the fall, if you want to know why you're wearing that dehumanizing face mask, even in your car.
Oh my god, I'm so dehumanized.
Now is the historical moment, the time, not only to fight the real virus, but to shape the system.
We have a unique but rapidly shrinking window of opportunity to learn lessons and reset ourselves on a more sustainable path.
What is it that would make it so that history would look at this crisis as the great opportunity for reset?
The Great Reset is a welcome recognition that this human tragedy must be a wake-up call.
The world's problems fit on three sides of a triangle. It's one versus many, man versus nature, and the unfortunate foundation is long-term versus short-term.
Any recovery stimulus should have green conditions attached to it.
We have to change our economy dramatically in the next 20 or 30 years, and the next 10 years.
Yeah, that's everything that's being said is true.
Yeah, I don't see how this doesn't prove anything. That guy claimed.
We have to live up to the expectations which we have created, and we will do so.
On June
No
2nd,
claims have been
2020,
proven.
a couple months ago, the founder now of the World Economic Forum in Davos, Klaus Schwab, wrote an article on their website in which he goes right out. He says the COVID pandemic represents a, quote, rare but narrow window of opportunity to reflect, reimagine, and reset our world, end quote. Those aren't my words. Those are his words. The world must act jointly and swiftly, says Mr. Schwab, to, quote, revamp all aspects of our societies and economies, from education to social contracts and working conditions. Every country, from the United States to China, must participate, and every industry, from oil and gas to tech, must be transformed, end quote.
I mean,
And Mr. Schwab
like
comes
everything.
right out and admits that he can't.
That's true.
Well, I mean, the fact that this, even because it does have such a low mortality rate, that we're absolutely debilitated by it, shows that we need to change the way we operate.
The economy is not sustainable in its current state. Can we just admit that? Like, there's about to be a huge fucking collapse in at least the rent and the fucking real estate economy. Like, people are gonna be homeless. Millions are gonna be fucking homeless if there isn't something done. It's fucking ridiculous. This guy's like, the economy's fine. The economy doesn't need to be reset. The economy doesn't need to, have a totally reimagining of how we do things. Nobody's gonna lose their jobs. Nobody's gonna lose their homes. I know he's not actually saying that, but that's what the reason there needs to be a great reset, as he's saying, would be that. I'm for this reset. The economy needs to be fucking reset. There needs to be some kind
I think it's just because it's a scary term that they're using.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I just don't care about scary terms. People are all like, fucking like, there needs to be, another scary term that a lot of people don't like to say, but I really don't give a fuck, is like, I know two that I'm fully for, and I don't fucking pussyfoot around. I'm for them completely. legalizing all weed, getting rid of not weed, sorry, drugs.
Drugs.
Yeah, drugs in general. That's my personal belief. And,
I agree.
And fucking wealth redistribution for at least for certain companies, at least maybe not specific people, but at least, and for not me to pick. People smarter than I need to figure it out, but there needs for the vast fucking wealth disparity in between.
There's people like George Soros,
Yeah.
and even George Soros, Elon Musk, you know, Warren Buffett, who the majority of their money is never gonna see the light of day ever again.
Yeah. It's like, that's not a part of the economy anymore. That's like a fucking, as much a part of the economy as the wall that it's next to. Because it's never going to be seen. It's just in their fucking personal fucking vault. Like, there's people who need money to survive. And there's people who have more money than they'll ever do, like, even get close to touching. They're going to use a fraction of it. And they just want more and more because it makes their dick hard. Like, it's...
Yeah, I think I've seen something like, if from 2020 years ago, you worked a minimum wage job, 40 hours a week, every single day, up until this day, and didn't spend a dime, you would still have less money than he does, than Jeff Bezos does.
Yeah, it's just like...
It's like, that amount of money is just, like I said, it's never going to recirculate and can only be a detriment to the economy.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, then there's the people who are like, they worked hard to earn that money. It's like, fuck off. I guarantee you most of the people who have that much money have people who've worked 10 times harder than they'll ever have worked in their fucking lives. So don't fucking give me that they've worked so hard they deserve billions of dollars. That's something they like to fucking tell themselves. That's bullshit. Absolute bullshit. I'm not saying they didn't work hard. You can work hard and get a lot of money, and that's completely fine. But don't tell me that these people who get fucking hundreds of billions of dollars can fucking, you know, got it because they would look like the Jews in Egypt if it was by how fucking hard they were worked. Okay, it would not be some fucking. They all look like old fucking men. Because they're all old fucking men. They aren't worked that hard. They'd be dead if they were worked that fucking hard. Anyway. Like, if these 80-year-old men are working that hard, they would be having strokes and shit. Just
well, I mean, but most of them just kind of... Like Warren Buffett, he invests in things.
Yeah.
And then a lot of them can just... Like, you can just live off of the money that you have already.
Yeah, it's really not hard to do. Sorry.
Yeah. Like Jeff Bezos, right?
Yeah.
He could quit right now and spend like $1 million a day for the rest of his life and never run out of money.
Yeah. Like, at that point, why are you even still going? Like, really? Like, it's kind of ludicrous to even... Like, after $1 billion, I probably wouldn't even get close to getting that before retiring, but I would retire. Like, like I would retire. If I ever got $1 billion, I'd be like, okay, that's way more than enough. Way more than enough. I'm good. And there are these people who are just constantly all-consuming. They need more and more and more. And it's just fucking... I'm just sick of hearing about how it's impossible and how I'm a fucking communist. I'm not a communist. Like, maybe I have some beliefs that, you know, what's the word? Go along with the thought process, but
they have some communist tendencies.
Yeah, maybe I have some communistic tendencies, but you have some Nazi. You have some Nazi. Nazistic tendencies? Autistic tendencies? You definitely have autistic tendencies, but yeah, and that means you're definitely not actually a Nazi, because if you had autistic tendencies, they'd gas you. But well. Let's move on from fucking...
Michael J. Mann.
Yeah, let's subscribe. I like him. This Bilbo Baggins looking motherfucker. Who is this?
I love his title.
The Holocaust, Hitler, pot, Trump, and porn. Not necessarily in that order.
Like, what does that mean? Is that all like the topics he's covering?
I don't know. Oh, dude, it's a full hour long.
Yeah, no, we don't. We can just kind of skim through it.
Okay. Yeah, because we're already like an hour.
My
over.
goodness, it seems like we only got together a few days ago. But I promised you in the last video that I would do kind of a continuation of it. So I don't consider this to be like another week's video. This is just like a part 2 of this week's video. So I don't want to spoil you by thinking you're going to get a video.
Let's see.
Hmm?
Oh, hot damn. We're going to get demonetized, sir. What the fuck? Whatever, I'm going to cut it up anyway.
That was just her insulin.
Yeah. Why does she have a hooker in his house? What's going on?
I don't. I heard. And then.
Marijuana.
I don't know what
And
point
we're
kind of.
Yeah, that was my kitchen. I mean, that was my.
Okay, so he's into.
So is he
pot.
for marijuana?
He's for marijuana. I can see that. Wow. I don't know why he had some. Like, it was probably his girlfriend or something. So I don't want to keep saying some prostitute, but the way she was.
Yeah.
But still.
Marijuana.
And she got this. She started doing dabs. I got her a dab rig. I didn't even know what the fuck a dab rig was. We went to a pot store because it's legal now, and we went to a pot store, and she asked me if I would buy her a dab rig, and it was $100, and it was the Cheech and Chong brand dab rig. It was actually literally a Cheech and Chong brand, and their face.
Cheech and Chong.
It's so funny. Like he's got like obviously has a speech impediment.
Yeah.
But it sounds like he's just making like just generic racist Asian sounds.
Yeah, it really does.
Just Chi Chong.
Yeah, and that's the only time I noticed it all, to be honest.
Jakey Polly Ching Chong Chop.
And
yeah.
I'm like, sure, I'll buy you a dab rig. So she starts making dabs. You know, it's like little paste. It looks like smoking crack, because I used to go to school with crack smokers in the early 80s. And it broke. The fucking dab rig broke. And because I guess as Cheech and Chong
I kind of like this guy.
Quality controls.
Yeah, I don't mind him.
An event for her in 2018. And one day, look, a couple of years before that, we were having lunch in Beverly Hills, and TMZ started following us. They didn't know who I was, and I was trying to get out.
Oh my god. Well, oh shit, if you know who that is, you realize he's not.
I don't recognize her, no.
Yeah, I do. That's Ann
Who
Coulter.
is she?
That's Ann Coulter.
Okay.
Look up Ann Coulter real quick.
I am.
Of the frame.
That's not a good sign.
Because
unless I'm totally wrong. That might be. Tell me if I'm wrong. But I think that's Ann Coulter.
No, that's definitely her.
Okay.
Want to be on TMZ, and more than that, I didn't want to steal her spotlight. And I knew that as long as I was on camera, people in the comments section eventually, that's David Cole. That's David Cole. She's with David Cole. So, and then when I saw the footage, when I saw the TMZ footage, I realized, oh my god, I'm wearing an ill-fitting shirt.
I like that. That's what he noticed.
I don't know. I love this guy.
And one of those guys who started gaining weight without wanting to admit it.
He definitely has some weird political views if he's hanging out with Ann Coulter.
He seems kind of more like an easygoing, fun-loving Ezra.
Yeah, it's true. Well, you know what? You can believe whatever you want to believe, David Cole, but just keep being you. That's how I feel, sir. Well, it was a fun one today, Cash. We had a lot of laughs. But, I think that's gonna do it for today. I don't think there's anything else to cover.
Alright. We're good then.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah. Alright. Join us again next week where we'll cover more bullshit. We'll see what else is going on in the world. And, yeah. See you next time.
Yeah, remember.
Subscribe.
No, I'm so pro-choice. I think they should be mandatory.
Oh, yeah. After the first child.
Yeah.
Anyway, like, subscribe, comment, share. You know, we're gonna get Patreon. We're gonna get all that fucking donation bullshit. shit. We're gonna be total corporate whores. We want that money coming in.
Gonna get our OnlyFans get done up.
That's gonna be more your fucking account to prioritize and maintain. But
Yeah.
I'll focus on the Instagram, man. So we've got, we're working at it. All right. From Smokey, from Brain, and of course, Madman is not here.
He's here in spirit.
He's here in spirit.